What is going on, everybody? Welcome back in to another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play of March Madness action all the way to the national title game on Monday, April 8th. Here we are, guys, almost getting ready to start this one in around 5 minutes from now. The number 5 seed, the Auburn Tigers, taking on the number 2 seed, the Kentucky Wildcats. Both of these teams from the SEC battling it out here in the Elite Eight. As who you got today. Let me know down in the chat who you like in this one, Kentucky or Auburn. So around 5 minutes from now, we'll start off the tip-off or so. Just going to go over a couple of the team information here for both of these squads, as the big player here for the Auburn Tigers for the past few weeks has been the leading rebounder and the third highest scorer in the team. That is Chuma Okeke. But bad news from the last game on Friday against North Carolina. Chuma Okeke tore his ACL in his left knee, and that was against North Carolina, as he is done for the season. He's expected to have surgery on that, I believe, on Tuesday. As for filling in his place for today, it will be number 0, Horace Spencer for Auburn. He's averaging about 4 points per game on the season for the Tigers. The other key players to look out for, Jared Harper. He has 4 games with 10 or more assists this season, coming off an 11-assist game against UNC on Friday. Watch out for Bryce Brown as well. Bryce Brown at double-digit points in his last 8 games here for the Auburn Tigers. Looking at Auburn, what they've done in the tournament. In the first round game, they beat the number 12 seed New Mexico State 78-77. They held on to a 7-point lead with 1 minute left and held on to that 1-point win. They got out-rebounded in that matchup 39-24. Jared Harper at 17 points for the Tigers in that game. We got Midwest Sports right into the chat. What is up, man? Thank you so much for joining me back here, as that is Midwest Sports. Feel free to check him out on YouTube and subscribe to his channel as well. If you guys are new to my channel as well, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button. We just went over 100 subscribers on Friday, and we're going to keep on building throughout the tournament as well, all the way through this basketball season. So here we are, guys. Kentucky against Auburn, tipping off in a few minutes from now. As Midwest Sports got Kentucky too. Yeah, I'm going for Kentucky in this one. The reason why Auburn will not have their leading rebounder, Chuma Okeke, in this game. He tore his ACL against UNC on Friday. So it's going to be really tough, I think, for Auburn. They were getting out-rebounded in their first 3 games of the tournament. They got out-rebounded in all those 3 games. It's going to be even tougher without their leading rebounder on the court. In the second game of the tournament, in the second round that Auburn played, they beat number 4 Kansas 89-75. Bryce Brown had 25 points, and they got out-rebounded again by 11 rebounds against Kansas. The last game wasn't so bad on the rebounding edge. Only got out-rebounded 40-36, but Chuma Okeke had a double-double that game, 20 points and 11 rebounds. Auburn can shoot the ball really well from the floor. That's what they did against UNC, shot the ball at 55%. If Auburn wants to continue the run to the Final Four, to the national title game, what they need to do is that they have to keep on shooting the ball and making shots from behind the perimeter. That's what they keep on doing, dropping 3-point shot after 3-point shot, and it's multiple players that's been doing it. Also, they score a ton of points here in the tournament. They rank first out of all the teams in March Madness with the most points scored in this entire tournament. They average 88 points scored per game in the first 3 games that they've played in the tournament against New Mexico State, Kansas, and UNC. So that's going to be the key today for Auburn. Also, they haven't been turning the ball over that much, which has been helping out the Tigers towards those winning margins. And they're looking to beat another elite program here to add on to that resume. Already beat Kansas, already beat UNC. Do they have enough in the tank to beat John Calipari's squad? Well, we'll see what happens today with the Auburn Tigers as the number 5 seed coming into this matchup. They did play Kentucky twice in conference play, since both of those teams play in the SEC. This is how it went down. Kentucky with both of those wins, as Kentucky, the first game back on January 19th, beat Auburn. It was at Auburn where the Wildcats won 82-80. Keldon Johnson and Tyler Hero both had 20 points leading the way. Reed Travis, came in third with 17 points as Kentucky shot the ball 54% from the field in that game. And then the last game against Auburn. This is the last loss the Tigers have had on their schedule. The last time Auburn has lost, it was back on February 23rd, over a month ago, when Kentucky beat Auburn. It was at Rupp Arena where the score was 80-53. Kentucky shot the ball at 55% from the field, and they out-rebounded the Tigers in that game 43-24. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button, guys, down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play to March Madness action around like 3 to 4 minutes away before tip-off. Just getting you updated with the Kentucky Wildcats here. Some team information about them as well. Oh, yeah, wearing my classic Sandlot shirt here. So I got my girlfriend in the chat. So, yeah, sporting my Sandlot shirt that I got at the mall before on the last day that Olympia was closing up at the mall. So I got this for a huge bargain here. The Benny the Jet Rodriguez t-shirt I got sporting from the Sandlot movie. So here we are with the Kentucky Wildcats. They crushed Abilene Christian in their first round game, 79-44, as Keldon Johnson had 25 points. They out-rebounded Abilene Christian, 44-17 on the boards. The next game after that, Kentucky beat the number 7 seed, the Wofford Terriers, 62-56. Reed Travis had a double-double, 14 points, 11 rebounds. And the last game against Houston on Friday, Kentucky won against the 3 seed, the Houston Cougars, 62-58. Tyler Hero led the way in scoring 19 points. P.J. Washington is back. He scored 16 points, back from injury now for the Kentucky Wildcats. So P.J. Washington, guys, is back. It looks like P.J. is not in the starting lineup again. He didn't start in the first game back against Houston on Friday. He's not in the starting lineup again today, but he'll be playing minutes throughout this game. He played 26 minutes, scored those 16 points against Houston, so he'll be chipping in off the bench once again today. But here we are, Kentucky against Auburn, tipping off in a little bit. Next stream after this, Duke going up against Michigan State. Should be one hell of a day for college basketball. We had some great games yesterday. Virginia tied it up against Purdue to force it into overtime. Virginia beat Purdue in OT last night, 80-75. Texas Tech to their first ever Final Four in the history of the program. They beat Gonzaga last night, 75-69. But here we are, guys, getting ready for tip-off. John Calipari, head coach of the Kentucky Wildcats. This is his 4th Elite 8 appearance in the last 6 seasons here for the Kentucky Wildcats. Watch out. The player to watch out for Kentucky back from injury, that has to be P.J. Washington, the leading scorer on this team, averaging just below 15 points per game, and the leading rebounder as well, averaging just above 7 rebounds per game. Here we are, guys, getting ready for tip-off at the midcourt. Kentucky in the white jerseys, blue lettering. Auburn in the dark blue jerseys, orange lettering for this one. So we get ready for the midcourt tip-off here. Kentucky against Auburn. For the 3rd time in a row, does Kentucky have what it can do to take the sweep and sweep them all with 3 wins this season? Or does Auburn continue their win streak and put it at 12 wins in a row? Here we are, getting ready for action. Auburn with a tip. They have it in the key underneath the basket. Dribbling, they pass it back outside. Left wing perimeter here, Horace Spencer. Off the bench, filling in for Okeke today. Top of the key 3, Auburn. Hits the rim short, no good. From the outside and rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky with the ball now, right wing of the 3-point perimeter. This is Ashton Hagans. Passes right corner, Tyler Hero. Hero now passes that ball top of the key. They have it to Hagans. Once again, dribbling towards the right side of the 3-point perimeter. Hagans passes it. Reed Travis back to the left wing perimeter. Tyler Hero with the ball now, dribbling, and he passes it right wing with Keldon Johnson. Johnson floats the ball over the top to Reed Travis, gets tipped out of bounds by Auburn, so Kentucky will get the inbound with 19:14 left to go in the first. Going to update you guys with the score here in the chat. Still 0-0. This one just started. Kentucky with the inbound. Right corner 3, Tyler Hero, no good. Rebounded by Auburn. 0-0, 19 minutes left to go. Auburn with the ball, right corner of the perimeter. They have it, trying to dribble on the key. They feed it back out on top. Left wing in that 3-point perimeter, and ball goes into the hands now of, that is Jared Harper with the ball into the hands. He was passing it to Bryce Brown. Both of the leading scorers here. Lob pass over the top. They tried to go for the alley-oop. No good. Too strong of a pass. Rebounded by Kentucky. A left wing 3, Wildcats. No good. Auburn with a rebound. So still 0-0 in this one. Auburn with the ball. 18.5 left to go before halftime. Auburn takes it past the timeline here with Jared Harper. Harper, the second leading scorer on the team, averaging 15.2 points per game. The leading scorer is Bryce Brown, averaging just below 16 points per game. No good at the left wing three-pointer. And going the other way, Kentucky with the ball, dishes it inside, and the first 2 buckets of the game right there go to Reed Travis. Ashton Higgins right there with a beautiful pass inside, dribbling the length of the court, fed it inside. The key right there, Reed Travis puts it up and in off the glass. 18:07 left to go in the first. Reed Travis was also fouled, so he went to the free throw line as well and knocked that shot down. 3-0 so far, Kentucky with a lead. Auburn with the ball now. They pass the timeline. The Tigers put that ball into the hands of left wing perimeter with Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown, top of the key here. He passes it off into the hands of Malik Dunbar. Dunbar wearing number 4. He was wearing number 5 in pregame warmups to honor his teammate Chuma Okeke. No good. Deep top of the key three. No good by Auburn. Rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky now with the ball top of the key. Higgins passes that one off. Keldon Johnson had it for a second. Back to Higgins. And now into the hands of E.J. Montgomery. Back to Higgins now. Stripped to the ball as Auburn gets the steal. They're a top 5 stealing team in the nation right now, trying to take it the length of the court. Big block right there by E.J. Montgomery in the paint, denying the layup. Kentucky running the distance, laying it up and in. Tyler Hero, number 14. Auburn held scoreless in the early stages here. 5-0. Kentucky with a lead. 17 minutes left to go before halftime. Hit that like button, guys, down below. Subscribe as well. Auburn with the ball top of the key here with Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown passes left wing 3 from outside. That is an air ball by Anthony McLemore. Rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky again running the distance of the court. They get fouled and going to the free throw line will be Keldon Johnson. 5-0 to score. Kentucky on top. 16:47 left to go in the first. Keldon Johnson will shoot 2 at the free throw line here for the Wildcats. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness action here throughout the tournament. Elite 8, here we are. Keldon Johnson at the free throw line with 16:47 left to go in the first. Hits down the first one. 6-0 lead. Kentucky with a 6-0 lead. Auburn missing all their shots from the field so far. Second shot here at the free throw line. Knocks that one down by Keldon Johnson. Perfect on both of them. 7-0. Kentucky. Keldon Johnson on the season. He's a 71% free throw shooter. Here we are again. Auburn with the ball. They pass the timeline. Jared Harper passes it left wing of that three-point perimeter back to the top of the key here. He passes it right wing. Harper with the ball again. Passes right wing. Open 3 as a player from Kentucky slipped, and that proved costly. 3 ball goes down from the outside right there by Auburn. Their first points, and E.J. Montgomery, who was guarding him, slipped on the court. 7-3, Kentucky with a 4-point lead. Top of the key here, Montgomery. He passes the ball right wing. Johnson feeds it off to Reed Travis. Dribbling, spin move in the key. Banks it home right there for Reed Travis. Adds 2 more points for the Kentucky Wildcats. 9-3 to score. Kentucky with a steal on the inbound. And Auburn takes it back. Kentucky tried to score underneath. Wow. So that was a close one again. 9-3 to score. Top of the key 3, Auburn. No good. Hits the rim short. Rebounded by Kentucky. Gonna update you guys with the score. 15:45 left to go in the first. 9-3 right now. If you're new to my channel, hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games. Here we are, Elite 8, guys. Stream number 1 of 2 today. After this, I'll be doing Michigan State against Duke. Great start for John Calipari's squad. Right now, 9-3. Kentucky up with 15:45 left to go in the first. Currently on a TV timeout. So right now, just going to look at the box scores. I'll update you guys on that and also the team stats here. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button, guys, down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games. Auburn is 1 for 7 from the field right now, shooting the ball. They did hit their first 3-pointers. E.J. Montgomery for Kentucky was trying to guard the Auburn players. He hit the 3-point shot, and Montgomery slipped, and it was just an open 3-point shot that went down. It was for D'Angelo Purifoy off the bench for Auburn, so he has all 3 points right now for the Tigers. For the Kentucky Wildcats, the scoring looks like this. 5 points leading the way, Reed Travis. 2 points by Keldon Johnson, 2 points by Tyler Hero. Again, P.J. Washington, who played, I think he played 26 minutes in the last game against Houston. He scored 16 points in the 26 minutes. Him again, he's not in the starting lineup again, but expect P.J. Washington to come into the game right after this TV timeout and play some more significant minutes today. Coming back from that injury that he suffered against Tennessee in the SEC tournament. He had that foot injury that he had against Tennessee, but right now Kentucky up with a 6-point lead as we are currently on a TV timeout. So looking at some of the team stats right here, Kentucky shooting the ball at 50% from the field. A perfect 3 for 3 from the free throw line so far by the Wildcats. And 2 fouls committed by Auburn so far. Kentucky's clean, 0 fouls so far by the Wildcats. So this is stream number 1 today out of 2 that I'll be doing. Duke against Michigan State right after this one. But yeah, Auburn having a lot of difficulty in the early stage of this game, keeping up with Kentucky, especially on the rebounds. That was the problem I was looking at. Chuma Okeke, the leading rebounder for Auburn, he tore his ACL inside his left knee against North Carolina on Friday. He's the leading rebounder of the team, the 3rd highest scorer in the team, and I knew that rebounds would be a problem to a team that's already suffered in the tournament. So far in the tournament, Auburn is a negative 30 total on the boards. They got out-rebounded against New Mexico State by 15 rebounds, lost in the rebounding category 39-24. They got out-rebounded by 11 against Kansas, 38-27. They also got out-rebounded against North Carolina, 40-36. So during these 3 games in the tournament, Auburn is a negative 30 on the boards, but they've still been able to put up 88 points per game that they've averaged in those 3 tournament games so far. So here we are, guys. P.J. Washington checks into the game for the first time today for the Kentucky Wildcats. We have 15:45 left to go in the first. Kentucky is currently up 9-3, so here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action. If you're new to my channel, hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. Here we are with the inbound. Kentucky lobs it over the top to Reed Travis. Ball into the hands at the top of the key here with Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly now with 15:35 left to go. Looking for somebody to pass it to. Dribbles towards the back of the March Madness logo. Passes it left elbow here. Jumper. Washington. No good by PJ. Rebounded by Auburn. Auburn with a rebound there by Samir Dowdy. Takes it past the right side of the timeline. Right wing perimeter for Dowdy. Trying to put it inside. And dishes it over to his teammate and jams it down right there. Austin Wiley, number 50 for the Tigers. 9-5 to score. 15-10 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball up by 4. They take it past the timeline, left wing, 3-point perimeter Quickly. Pass it here, top of the key to Washington. Washington passes it right wing, or right elbow now, back to Tyler Hero at the left wing. Hero passes it left elbow. P.J. Washington taking it inside. Jumper. Oh, he gets denied. Auburn tried to save the ball, but they stepped out of bounds on the baseline. So I'm going to update you guys with the score once again. Huge block by Auburn on the play, but Kentucky should be able to get the inbound as... Yeah, nice effort right there. That was number 3 for Auburn, D'Angelo Purifoy. That almost saved it, but couldn't. 14:45 left to go in the first. Kentucky with a lead. Top of the key 3. Oh, it gets airballed. It gets touched out of bounds. Last touched by Reed Travis, and the ball will go back to Auburn. 9-5 to score right now. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe as well. Just went over the 100-plus subscriber mark on the last game that I covered on Friday. Here we are, back to action. Auburn with the ball. They have it at the top of the key. Samir Dowdy with it towards the edge of the March Madness logo. Trying to take it inside now. Floats it all the way back to the left corner. And the ball was almost stolen, but Auburn retains it. And that one's tipped. Tyler Hero tipped that one in the key. Stolen away by Kentucky. Kentucky with the ball now. Takes it past the left side of the timeline. Hagens dribbling past it to Tyler Hero. Hero, nice pass inside to PJ. PJ banks it home right there for 2 more for the Wildcats. 11-5 right now. Kentucky with a lead up by 6. 14 minutes left to go before halftime. Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Right wing perimeter, Dowdy. Lob pass up top to Austin Wiley. And that is a backcourt violation by Auburn. Wiley tried to pass it all the way to the top of the key to Javon McCormick. Sailed right over his head. And it went past that half-court line. And it's a turnover by the Auburn Tigers. Three turnovers so far by Auburn, 2 by Kentucky, with 13:49 left to go in the first. Kentucky will get the ball here in the inbound off the Auburn turnover. Kentucky has yet to hit a three-point shot. They're 0 for 2 from the outside. Auburn is 1 for 6 from three-point shooting. Here we are back to action. Kentucky with the inbound. Oh, what is up, Tim? Thanks, man, for joining me back here. It's been a while, man. Glad to see you on the channel here, man. So Kentucky with the ball. They hand it off Tyler Hero. Dribbling inside the key and almost stripped of the ball. Passes it off. Left corner three. PJ Washington. No good. Rattled off the top of the iron. Rebounded by Auburn. Auburn now passes it left corner perimeter. Back to the right wing here. And now they try to take it inside. Bryce Brown passes it. And they try to take it inside now. Spin move. Jumper Austin Wiley. Banks that one home for the Tigers. Cutting the Kentucky lead now to 4. 11-7 right now. Kentucky is up. We have 13 minutes left to go before halftime here. Kentucky with the ball. They pass it off. And that ball was tipped as Tyler Hero had it at the free throw circle. Tried to pass that one inside. It was tipped over the top and it went out of bounds. So this is stream number 1 for me today out of 2 streams I'll be doing after this. Michigan State coming up against Duke right after the conclusion of this game. So here we are, back to action. Kentucky with the ball. They pass it to the top of the key once again with Ashton Hagans. Passes right wing, Tyler Hero. Hero now dribbling. Right corner perimeter. Passes all the way to the left wing. 3-ball from outside. Knocks it down. That's the first 3-point shot right there. That goes down into the net by Kentucky for this game. They have the 14-7 lead. 12:35 left to go in the first. Auburn takes it past the timeline. Horace Spencer with the ball, filling in for the injured Chuma Okeke, who tore his ACL against North Carolina on Friday. Floater right there at the right side baseline. No good by Auburn. Offensive rebound by Spencer. No good. And it gets rebounded by Kentucky. And deep 3 here. Tyler Hero. Transition 3. Knocks it down from the right wing. Getting out of hand here. 17-7 right now. Kentucky with a 10-point lead. We have 12:05 left to go before halftime. Auburn can push up the tempo, so that's one thing that they could do. North Carolina can do that as well, but Kentucky in transition, catch and shoot by Tyler Hero. They have the 10-point lead. 6-0 run in the last minute here for Kentucky. Auburn with the ball. Jumper, no good. Off the top of the backboard. Battle for the rebound. And a foul called on the play. Right there. With 11:52 left to go in the first. So 17-7 right now, 11:52 left to go. Gonna update you guys with the score, and it looks like we're heading to another TV timeout here. So if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button, guys, down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Just hit that 100 subscriber mark on Friday night, covering those 2 games, Michigan State against LSU and Duke against Virginia Tech. Trying to grow my channel here as I cover March Madness games throughout the rest of the tournament. Then I'll be jumping into the play-by-play of the NBA. But here we are, another commercial break. 17 Kentucky, 7 Auburn. Gonna update you guys with a score, some of the box score stuff here, and some of the team stats since we're on this commercial break. So interesting. So all 7 points for Auburn so far have been scored by their bench players. Danshell Purifoy with 3 points right now for the Tigers, and Austin Wiley coming with a lead right now. He has 4 points for Auburn. Looking at Austin Wiley, number 50, he averages 7 points per game, so he's almost halfway there. Basically, 4 out of the 7 points so far, so he's basically more than halfway there now towards his season average. For Kentucky, the leading scorers look like this. Reed Travis and Tyler Hero both have 5 points right now for the Wildcats. And then 3 points off the bench by Emmanuel Quickly, 2 points by PJ Washington, 2 points by Keldon Johnson. So that's how the scoring is distributed throughout the lineup there for both of those squads. As we look to the shooting percentages, that's been telling the tale so far. Kentucky's shooting the ball at 55% from the field. Auburn shooting the ball at 23% from the field. So a total difference right now is shooting percentages since we're on this TV timeout. Kentucky also 2 for 6 from three-point range. Auburn is 1 for 6. As we look to the rebounding advantage, Kentucky with a +1 on the boards right now at the moment, 8-7 inside. The rebounding advantage goes to the Wildcats here as, the leading rebounder for Auburn, Chuma Okeke, tore his ACL the last game against North Carolina. Huge loss for the Auburn Tigers as he was the leading rebounder for the team, averaging just a tad below 7 rebounds per game. As we look to the fouls, the last play was a foul committed by Kentucky, so Auburn should get the ball back on the inbound. Auburn now with 3 fouls committed by them, Kentucky with 1 at the moment. Of course, this is stream number 1 today out of 2 that I'll be doing. Duke and Michigan State coming up right after this one. That should be a great game. The 1 versus the 2 in the tournament, but here we are, battle for the SEC. As they've played each other twice this season, Auburn and Kentucky. Of course, Kentucky winning both of those games. And the first one back on January 19th, Kentucky beat Auburn. It was at Auburn where Kentucky won 82-80, close game. And then the second game at Rupp Arena, Kentucky blew out Auburn 80-53. But that was the last game that Auburn has ever lost on the season. As we will see how this one goes throughout. 17 Final Four appearances by Kentucky, 0 by Auburn, tied for the largest gap between teams in an Elite 8 matchup as Virginia advanced to their first Final Four since 1984. 7 points off the bench, 0 from the starting lineup right now for Auburn, and they get the ball back on the inbound. Here we are, back to action, open basket, total lapse of a moment right there by Kentucky on the defensive end, and Auburn takes advantage, laying it up to the open basket in the lane. 17-9 right now, 11:35 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball. Right wing of the three-point perimeter. Player goes down. Bruce Pearl unhappy right there. Thought it would have been an offensive foul by Kentucky. No call by the refs, though. 3 ball from the outside, no good by Kentucky. Rebounded by Auburn. Auburn takes it past the timeline. They have it at the logo with Jared Harper. Harper now hands it off into the hands of Samir Dowdy. Passes left wing perimeter here into the hands of Bryce Brown. Brown dribbles towards the top of the key. Now he tries to take it inside. In the lane, floats it up over the top, and Bryce Brown goes down hard, but he'll go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 shots. 17-9 the score. As Auburn beat 3 elite schools to get here to the Elite 8. They beat Kansas in the round of 32, beat UNC in the Sweet 16, and now they have an opportunity to beat Kentucky today. First shot at the free throw line, and that one goes down for Bryce Brown. 17-10 the score. Auburn now currently down by 7. We have 11:08 left to go before halftime. Second shot knocks that one down as well. 17-11 right now. 6-point game. 11:05 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball off the inbound. They pass the timeline here with Ashton Hagans. Hagans puts that one into the hands of into Washington. Back to Hagans now. Left wing perimeter. Hagans floats it up over the top to Reed Travis. And we do have a foul called committed by Auburn inside as they were trying to guard Reed Travis, who got the ball on the lob pass. Austin Wiley with his second personal so far in this one. So Austin Wiley getting some extended playing time as well. Horace Spencer was the one who started out the game for Auburn in place of Okeke. It looks like, though, that Austin Wiley, the center, who has a little bit more size, the tallest player on the team, has got some more minutes. Just got charged with his second foul, though. So here we are, back to action. Kentucky with the inbound. Have the ball into the hands of Ashton Hagans to Reed Travis. Back to Hagans at the top of the key. Hagans now looking for somebody who's open. Passes left wing perimeter. Tyler Hero back to Hagans. Hagans, right elbow, feeds it inside underneath the basket of PJ. He gets fouled. PJ Washington will go to the line to shoot 2. On the season, PJ Washington's a 67% free throw shooter right now. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play on March Madness games throughout this entire tournament. Michigan State going up against Duke right after the conclusion of Auburn against Kentucky. Here we are, Kentucky at the free throw line. First shot goes down for PJ. We have 10:38 left to go before halftime. 18-11 is the score. Kentucky at the free throw line. First shot went down for P.J. Washington. Coming back from injury, his first game back from injury was the last one on Friday night where they beat Houston in that one. Second shot goes down, 19-11. Kentucky with an 8-point lead. Auburn with the ball off the inbound as they take it past the right side of the timeline here with Jared Harper. Harper, the second leading scorer on the team, the third highest assist man in the SEC Conference, the leading assist man on Auburn. They try to pass that ball to the left wing, and it's stolen away right there with a big air by P.J. Washington. Kentucky trying to dribble inside. Bodies collide inside the key underneath the basket. And a foul committed by Horace Spencer of Auburn right here as P.J. Washington got the steal. Keldon Johnson tried to get it inside, and Horace Spencer, number 0 for Auburn, gets committed and charged with a foul. His second personal foul as well. So the two players starting in or subbing in for Chuma Okeke in their possession have committed 4 fouls combined. Horace Spencer with 2. And also off the bench, Austin Wiley with 2 fouls as well for Auburn. 20-11 is the score. First shot at the free throw line went down for Kentucky. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. Just hit the 100+ subscriber mark on Friday's game. 9-point game. Second shot at the free throw line. That one is no good by Keldon Johnson. Offensive rebound, though, by Kentucky. And a travel called. Also a turnover by Kentucky in the play. 10-14 left to go before halftime. 9-point lead by the Wildcats. So Kentucky off the miss by Keldon Johnson at the free throw line. Got the offensive rebound, but they just traveled with the ball. Here we are back to action. Auburn inbound. Quick 3, top of the key. No good. Fight for the rebound. Who has it? Underneath the basket. And there's bodies all over the ground. Reed Travis tried to come up with it for the Wildcats, but it was last touched by Reed. So Auburn will get the inbound here again as the ball went out of bounds as Kentucky and Auburn were trying to battle for it underneath the backboard. Here we are back to action. Auburn with the inbound. 4 shots made from the field. 4 turnovers today by the Tigers. Deep to right baseline. No good. Battle for the rebound. Goes out of bounds. It was last touched by number 24, Anthony McLemore, and the ball will go back to Kentucky. 20-11 right now. Kentucky up by 9. We have 9:55 left to go before halftime. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well if you're new to my channel, as I call play-by-play on March Madness games. Next stream after this, Michigan State going up against Duke. Here we are back to action. Kentucky with an inbound pass. They put that ball into the hands of Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly takes it past the March Madness logo. Quickly now dribbles towards the right side of the 3-point perimeter. Yeah, Auburn just cannot be able to hit shots right now. I think they're like 4 for 16 from the field. I'll update you guys with those stats when we go into commercial break as Kentucky gets another basket right underneath the hoop right there, and they lay it up and in. 22-11 right now. P.J. Washington got that one. 6 points for P.J. so far. 9:15 left to go before halftime. 11-point lead for the Wildcats. So, yeah, Kentucky is 4 for 16 shooting from the field, so that's 25% right now. Auburn is 4 for 16 from the field. I mean, Kentucky is 54% shooting, 7 for 13. That shot did go in the key by Auburn, though, cutting the Kentucky lead to 9, 22-13. Under 9 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball top of the key. P.J. Washington passes right wing perimeter. Keldon Johnson back to the left wing with Tyler Hero. 8:45 left to go before halftime. Hero spin move, has it, left wing perimeter, passes it. Backing his way inside, Washington puts it back outside. No good by Keldon Johnson, and another offensive rebound, though, by Kentucky. Open 3, Hero, no good. Auburn underneath the basket. They had the rebound, and Anthony McLemore lost control of it, and it went out of bounds at the baseline. So I'm going to update you guys here with a score in the chat. 22-13 right now. Kentucky is up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of college basketball games throughout the rest of the tournaments. Oh, actually, so it was out of bounds by Kentucky. Oh, I thought it was out of bounds by McLemore, but the refs decided it was out of bounds by Kentucky instead. So Auburn with the ball here to get it past the timeline. They have it top of the key with Jared Harper. Harper dribbles back towards March Madness logo. Now he tries to take it inside, pass it, left corner, 3, no good. That was a complete air ball by Auburn right there. It gets rebounded by Keldon Johnson of Kentucky. They pass it right wing perimeter, and now they try to go left wing three here. Johnson, no good. Fight for the rebound, and that ball will go back to Auburn. Reed Travis last touched it out of bounds. As it looks like we're going to go to another TV timeout. 9-point lead here by Kentucky, 22-13 right now. As we'll go on the TV timeout, going to update you guys with the score, with the team stats here in the chat, what's been going on in this game, and the shooting percentages as well. If you're new to my channel, hit that like button down below, subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play for March Madness games. Next stream after this, Michigan State goes up against Duke, the 2 versus the #1 overall seed in the tournament. So right now, this is how we look for shooting percentages. Shooting percentages telling the tale in the early stages of this one. Kentucky shooting the ball at 44% from the floor. Auburn shooting at 28% from the floor right now. Auburn is 5 for 18 shooting so far in this game. From three-point range, that's how Auburn has been able to get a ton of points in their past few games. They're averaging 88 points in the first 3 games of this tournament, which is #1 out of any team that has played inside the March Madness tournament this season. But today, Auburn is shooting the ball 1 for 8 from three-point range. Kentucky just a tad better at 2 for 10 right now. In the rebounding game, Kentucky out-rebounding Auburn 12-11. And on the offensive boards, actually, yeah, I'm looking at the offensive boards here. So Auburn actually has the advantage right now on the offensive rebounds, 3-2 so far. So Russell Johnson says, you can stink with your shooting percentage if you have good offensive rebounding. Yeah, so the offensive rebounding is a +1 right now for Auburn. So they have been able to get offensive rebounds even when their leading rebounder, Chuma Okeke, is not on into the lineup anymore, not playing anymore throughout the rest of the season. He had that season-ending injury on Friday, sadly, against North Carolina, as he tore his ACL in his left knee, as he was the leading rebounder on the team and the 3rd highest scorer behind Bryce Brown and Jared Harper of Auburn. So Auburn seems to be sticking in there with the rebounds right now. They're only getting out-rebounded by 1 rebound so far by Kentucky. Yeah, so the last game for Chuma, he had that big double-double game the last game against North Carolina. I'm surprised by how much they only got out-rebounded by North Carolina here. They only got out-rebounded in the last game, 40-36 against UNC. The other games, they got out-rebounded against New Mexico State, 39-24 in the first round. Second round, they got out-rebounded, -11 on the boards, as they got out-rebounded to Kansas in the second round, 38-27. But throughout this tournament, Auburn has a -30 total on the boards, but they were able to keep up with a #1 rebounding team in the nation who averages around like 43 rebounds per game in the last one, the North Carolina Tar Heels. So interesting there, but here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well, as I call play-by-play of March Madness games. Should be a good one here, and then the next game should be wild, as that will be Michigan State going up against Duke. Of course, Duke has been so lucky their past 2 games, as Central Florida had the opportunity to beat them at the horn, missed the layup, missed the tip-in, and then the last game, Virginia Tech with an open lob pass just to tap it in to tie it up at 75, and they missed it. Here we are, back to action. Auburn with a jumper in the key. No good. Offensive rebound, though, by the Tigers. They pass it back to the left wing, hits the rim short. Rebounded by Kentucky. As we got Tim in the chat. What is up, Tim? He's the kid that scored the 99-yard touchdown a few days ago. I think that was Thursday. You were telling me about that when I was doing the Gonzaga-Florida State game, as Kentucky tried to dribble inside the low post. Looks like there was an offensive foul called on the play, and yeah, Jared Harper commits the charge. Tyler Hero with the offensive foul for Kentucky, so the ball should go back to Auburn here. 22-13 the score. Auburn with the ball now, as we have 7:10 left to go before halftime. 9-point game, Auburn. Ball left wing perimeter. They take the open, top of the key 3, knock it down right there. They need open looks like that to get back into this one, and they just hit one. 22-16. Bryce Brown with 7 points right now. Just hit his first 3-point shot of the game. Kentucky with the ball. They take it past the timeline with Ashton Higgins. 6:50 left to go before halftime. Higgins passes left wing perimeter here to Keldon Johnson. Johnson passes left wing, Tyler Hero. Hero passes now to Reed Travis. Travis hands it off to Hero. Hero, baseline, left baseline jumper, no good. Defensive rebound right there by Auburn. No points scored in the past 3 minutes here by Kentucky. Auburn inside with a pass, and they try to feed it down low, and going to the free throw line to shoot two will be Austin Wiley. So Wiley was fouled right there in the key for the Tigers. 22-16 the score right now. Austin Wiley on the season, a 57% free throw shooter. Currently 6.5 left to go. First shot at the free throw line. Ooh, that was close, but it just rattled out as that one rattled around the rim and ringed out. 6.5 left to go. Score is still 22-16 off the big three-point shot a minute ago by Bryce Brown, cutting that Kentucky lead from 9 to 6. Second shot at the free throw line here by Austin Wiley, filling in for the injured Chuma Okeke. Knocks that one down. 5-point game, 22-17. Kentucky with the ball. They've been held scoreless, but for the past 2 minutes and above right now. Kentucky with the ball. Top of the key, Ashton Higgins. Dribbling, passes right wing perimeter. Keldon Johnson trying to take it inside. Nice pass, and P.J. Washington slams it down for the Wildcats. 24-17 right there. Beautiful pass. Sailed inside right there in the key by Keldon Johnson to P.J. Washington. Washington with 8 points right now. Auburn with the ball down by 7. Oh, nice burst of speed going to the cup. No good, though. Too high off the backboard. As that was Javon McCormick who tried to take it inside and tried to lay it in. It was just too high that he floated up the shot. Rebounded by Kentucky. They have it top of the key, Ashton Higgins. As that one's handed off, Keldon Johnson back to Higgins here at the edge of the March Madness logo. Higgins. And a turnover, an offensive turnover right there. Is I think Higgins double dribbled with a ball right there. So the ball will go back to Kentucky here. Leading the way so far by the Kentucky Wildcats in the scoring is 8 points off the bench, P.J. Washington. We have 5.5 left to go before halftime here as we got ourselves a 7-point game. Auburn with the ball. They have it right wing in that 3-point perimeter. Malik Dunbar. Dunbar puts that ball into the hands of Javon McCormick. 4 turnovers so far by Auburn, 5 by Kentucky. McCormick at the top of the key. Dribbling now, right wing. Now at right elbow. Passes it. And that's an open jumper by Austin Wiley. Could not bank that one home. Too strong off the backboard as he had an open look right there that he took the jumper at the free throw circle but could not hit it. Kentucky with the rebounds. They take it past that timeline. They feed the ball inside underneath the basket and one right there. P.J. Washington gets fouled. They'll go to the line for the and one. So Russell Johnson will never forget when he watched Jakeem Noah of the Bulls double dribble with both hands at the same time, and I thought, wow, I could be in the NBA if I was taller. Oh, man, what a classic. That one's funny. That's great. Glad to have you on my channel, man. If you're new, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe as well. We just went over 100 subs on Friday night with the last stream, Michigan State and LSU, and then Duke against Virginia Tech. The and one at the free throw line went down right there by P.J. Washington of Kentucky. 10-point lead by the Wildcats with 4:50 left to go before halftime. Auburn with the ball trying to move inside. Foul call with 4:47 left to go before the half. So Auburn right there should be shooting 2 at the free throw line. It will be with Malik Dunbar, a 62% free throw shooter here for the Tigers. Dunbar has been averaging 8 points so far in the tournament, shooting the ball at 47% from the floor so far this tournament. First shot goes down for Malik Dunbar. He was wearing number 5 in the pregame warmups in honor of Chuma Okeke, who went down with that devastating ACL injury with around 8.5 minutes left to go against North Carolina on Friday. 27-18 the score, and second shot no good by Dunbar. Battle for the rebound. Auburn tried to save it, but oh man, right there, that ball bounced all the way to the baseline, and the ref got right into the way of Bryce Brown, and he tried to save it, and the ball was right next to the ref's foot, and that did not help Bryce Brown. He just slipped right on the ref's shoe. as he tried to save that ball from going out of bounds. So Kentucky will get the inbound here with 4:44 left to go before halftime. 9-point lead by Kentucky, 27-18. Kentucky has the ball top of the key here, as that is Keldon Johnson passes left wing perimeter. Ashton Hagans back to the top of the key here. Jamerl Baker Jr. off the bench for the Wildcats had the ball in his hands for a second, passed it to Hagans. Hagans spin move inside the key. We do have a foul committed here on the play. Looks like there was a couple bodies bumping into each other right there in the middle of the lane, I believe. Yep, that's an Auburn foul. So foul on the defensive end. So that means Kentucky will be shooting at the free throw line in the bonus. Malik Dunbar just committed his third foul. 4:22 left to go before halftime, so Kentucky will be shooting in the 1-and-1. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe, as well as I call play-by-play on March Madness games. Next stream after this, Michigan State, the 2 seed, going up against the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, the Duke Blue Devils. We'll see if that game gets crazy and possibly another Duke miracle that they can be lucky with again. I don't know, as they've been so lucky the past 2 games in the tournament. Shot at the free throw line, missed by Kentucky, hit the front part of the iron, but they get the offensive board. So they set it up again, top of the key with Reed Travis. 4:10 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball, they pass it left wing in the 3-point perimeter here. That's into the hands of Emmanuel quickly. Pass it inside the PJ, shots blocked, and Auburn with the ball. Auburn takes it past the timeline, Jared Harper. Harper trying to weave in between defenders, and that looks to appear to be a reach-in foul committed by Kentucky. We have 3:52 left to go, so I'm going to update you guys with the score. TV timeout on the court, 9-point lead by the Kentucky Wildcats, 27-18. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play of March Madness games, so stay in the know here throughout the rest of the tournament with me. I'll be doing the next game as well. I'll be doing all the tournament games from here to the national championship, the 2 Final Four games and the national championship game. So we have 3:52 left to go before halftime. So Quentin back in the chat. What is up, man? So he asked me, what seed is Kentucky and Auburn? So Kentucky is the 2 seed in the tournament here, and Auburn made it all the way to the Elite 8 as a 5 seed. So Auburn is a 5 seed and Kentucky is a 2 seed. And to get there, Auburn beat New Mexico State in the first round, which was a 12 seed. Then they beat Kansas, which is a higher seed than them at the time, of a 4 seed. And then they just beat the number 1 seed in the Sweet 16, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For Kentucky, their road to the tournament looked like this. They had a little bit easier matchup in the first round by a long shot here. Abilene Christian, the 15 seed, blew them out 79-44. Second round, they got to play against Fletcher McGee, and they did a stellar job holding him when he was trying to shoot 3-point shot after 3-point shot, but barely anything could go down throughout that game for Fletcher, as they beat the number 7 seed Wofford in the second round, and they just came off the Sweet 16 victory against the number 3 seed, the Houston Cougars. So here we are between the 5 seed, the Auburn Tigers, and the 2 seed, the Kentucky Wildcats. Leading the scoring, it looks like this for Kentucky. PJ Washington back from injury. He's got 11 points so far and 2 rebounds right now for the Wildcats, leading the way. After that, the second highest score on the Wildcats is a tie between Tyler Hero with 5 points, Reed Travis with 5 points as well. For Auburn, the leading scorer looks like this, 7 points so far, Bryce Brown. Jared Harper has been held to 0 points so far in this game for the Auburn Tigers, as Harper is the second leading scorer on the team. He's also the leading assist man. He only has 1 assist so far. He has 4 games with 10 or more assists on the season for Jared Harper. He's coming off that 11 assist game against North Carolina in the last game in the Sweet 16. So Russell Johnson puts the whole seeding thing is guesswork. These teams never played each other during regular season. You really have just as much chance picking the right seed as you would if you went by shoe size. yeah, definitely. It's basically like mostly the tournament committee, like it's more like probably like a guess thing. Like if I was to pick the seeds, I probably would have put Michigan State on the 1 line and Gonzaga on the 2 going in, because Michigan State had like a bunch of top 50 wins. I think they were like 14-3 versus top 50 teams. Yet Gonzaga had a record going into the tournament of 4-3 versus the top 50, but they get a 1 seed over Michigan State. But Gonzaga was the only team that beat Duke at full strength when they had Zion, RJ, Cam Reddish, and Trey Jones in the lineup. But that was all the way back in November when Duke was trying to get together with those 4 freshmen on the team and kind of figuring out chemistry to each other. They've really advanced ever since. As we get back to action, Auburn going inside, and they lay it right up and in. First 2 points of the game right there for Jared Harper. 27-20 right now. 3:25 left to go before halftime. Kentucky with the ball, up by 7. They have it at the top of the key. They pass it left wing, 3-point perimeter to Jamerl Baker. He passes it now, left side baseline, Reed Travis. Passes it, top of the key, 3, PJ. Oh, PJ, automatic on the catch and shoot. 30-20 right now. He's fine. Coming back from injury, and PJ Washington, with 3 minutes left to go, is the leading scorer on the team so far by the Wildcats. Auburn with the ball. PJ Washington with 14 points right now. Step back 3, right wing. Oh, he knocks it down. He gets fouled as well. So Jared Harper will go to the free throw line to shoot 1 more. And he was fouled. He converted on a 3-point shot, was fouled from behind the arc, and Jared Harper will shoot the and 1 at the line. Here's the step back 3, number 13 of Kentucky, charged with a blocking foul, Jamerl Baker. What a shot right there, though, by Harper. So he has 5 points basically in the last minute and a half. 30-23 the score. Jared Harper at the free throw line. And Harper is an 82% free throw shooter in the season. Shot. Oh, wow. Dropped right there. So Cam Newton is asking me if I can show the game. Unfortunately, I'm not able to show the game because if I do so, it will go as a copyright strike on my account. So that's why I have in the description if I do that. And if I do show the game, it would be a copyright strike. And then YouTube would take down my video and they wouldn't let me post any video for 90 days. That's why. Yeah, I get that question a lot. Yeah, no problem, man, about asking that. Yeah, I don't know how people are getting away from it. I'm pretty sure they got copyright strikes this morning. But I saw people doing the Purdue versus Virginia the last yeah, maybe someday doing play-by-play or something like that. But yeah, there's a bunch of channels on YouTube that do this as well. Mr. Bad Dog does it. The Sports Fury, Butcher's Block, and Patriots Talk. So yeah, maybe someday going in to be play-by-play. But it seems like everybody's enjoying it so far, so that's pretty cool. First shot at the free throw line, no good by Kentucky by PJ Washington as he couldn't knock down that one. But if you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. We got ourselves a 6-point game right now. Kentucky is up 30-24. PJ Washington at the free throw line to shoot 1 more. Knocks that one down, making it back to a 7-point lead. We have 2.5 left to go before halftime. So Auburn with the ball now, left wing in the 3-point perimeter. Yeah, people were showing the game Purdue versus Virginia yesterday, and the guy had over 1,000 people watching at once, and then I'm pretty sure that video must have got taken down or so, this morning or something like that, because of copyright stuff that goes along with it. But Cam's asking me, dope, do you enjoy it and how you get the live free throw percentages, or do you just memorize them? I actually have my own stat sheet right here that I print out off one of the stats things, and then I have to look up on ESPN.com all the percentages because they update after every game. As Kentucky right there trying to go inside, and looks like there was a foul committed with 1:54 left to go. Auburn did get the last basket in, so the score is 31-26 right now. If you're new to my channel, make sure to bang that like button down below. Subscribe as well. So that was an offensive foul committed on the play. We have 1:54 left to go before halftime. 31-26, and it looks like Auburn will be shooting shots at the line. So I think Kentucky missed a shot, and then they followed Auburn, and then Auburn's here in the bonus shooting the ball. So Cam's asking me, how old are you? 24? Close, man. I'll be 24 on October 20th. So that's my birthday, October 20th, 1995. So I'm 23 right now. Just graduated college 2 years ago. I went in for radio broadcasting. So what I do is I do audio stuff for commercials. Here we are back to action. That was a missed free throw by Auburn in the 1-and-1 bonus. Rebounded by Kentucky. 5-point lead by the Wildcats. A minute and a half left to go before halftime. They pass it. Right corner three from the outside. Keldon Johnson, no good. And rebounded by Dangel Purifoy of Auburn. Burst of speed. Auburn lays it up and in. They go the distance right there. Wow. Just like that, they can flash it in a hurry. As that was Jared Harper who laid it up and in. 3-point game right now. Hit those like buttons, guys, if you haven't done so already. Subscribe as well. Auburn on an 8-1 run in the past minute 45 in this game. We'll try this again with Kentucky. They have it right wing perimeter. They pass it off top of the key with Ashton Hagans. 1 minute left before halftime. Hagans passes right wing here. Nick Richards dribbling. He passes it back to the top of the key. Hagans feeds that off to Keldon Johnson. Johnson now trying to go inside. Foul called on the play. Let's see who gets charged here. 49.2 left to go before halftime. Bodies collided on the ground. Anthony McLemore tried to take the charge for Auburn. I believe it was a blocking foul here. Let's see. He was trying to get in position. Yeah, I think that was a blocking foul because he just moved a tad underneath. Yes, it was. So a blocking foul committed by Auburn. Auburn here shooting 2 at the free throw line with Keldon Johnson. First shot, no good. 31-28 is the score. I'll get to your question in a second. So Cam Noon asked me, I got to go, but maybe hopefully you'll get your own radio station or something. Yeah, I used to host my own radio show back in college. It was a EDM Top 40 show called Paco's Picks that I used to do back in college. Second shot at the free throw line. That one goes down by Kentucky. And they have that 4-point lead. 32-28 right now before halftime. Auburn with the ball trying to go the distance. No good on the layup. Put back and the slam up and in right there. 2-point lead. It's been cut to the Wildcats with 30 seconds left before halftime. Have the ball off the inbound. Ashton Hagans with it. Dribbles past that March Madness logo. Passes it off to Emmanuel quickly. Kentucky with the ball. 25 seconds left before halftime. Passes right wing perimeter. Keldon Johnson. Johnson with the ball with 20 left to go before halftime. Johnson dribbling out. Dribbles towards the top of the key here. Passes left wing three from the outside. Ashton Hagans sinks it. 35-35 lead by Kentucky. Auburn with 7 seconds left before halftime. Oh, trying to blow past the defense, but too strong on the layup. Kentucky with a rebound. 1 second left. Heave at the horn. No good. Hit the top of the iron, and we're at halftime, guys. Hit those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well. This is going to be one hell of a finish, hopefully. So I'm going to update you guys with the score. 5-point lead by the Wildcats at halftime. 35-30. Wow, if Auburn had made that layup on the other end, if they didn't lay it in too high off the backboard, this would have been like a closer game at the half. As we got Quentin back into my channel. He says, Behind the Arc Basketball is the best play-by-play channel. Hey, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. This is awesome. So, after this, I'll be having Michigan State up against Duke after this game. I'll be having both of the Final Four games next Saturday, and then the national championship game on Monday, April 8th. After that, I'll be jumping into some of the NBA stuff as well, and then I'll be doing like play-by-play of the NBA stuff. I'll also be uploading video compilation stuff as well of like college basketball, like I'm working on right now. It's a video compilation of the greatest comebacks of 2019 for college basketball so far. So I'll be uploading that hopefully after the national championship game. Got Russell Johnson here as we're on halftime right now. He says digital internet radio is real. Hey, thanks, man, for sure. There's a couple people that I know that do internet radio, which is pretty cool out there. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being on my channel. If you're new here, subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Just went over 100+ subscribers on Friday night. I started out this channel 2 months ago. We keep on growing each and every day, so I'm loving it. And right now we are at halftime with both of these teams. Try to get this channel to 10+ likes as well during this game. I'll be back for Michigan State against Duke, but here we are at halftime. I'm going to update you guys with the score here. 35-30 at the half. Kentucky has the 5-point lead. It was a bigger deficit a few minutes ago, but Auburn did a great job cutting this Kentucky lead to only 5. We look at the leading scores at halftime. Off the bench, P.J. Washington. 15 points right now for the Wildcats, leading the way. 3 rebounds as well for P.J. Coming back from that knee injury that he suffered against Tennessee, or the foot injury he suffered against Tennessee in the SEC tournament. So P.J. Washington leading the way, tied for second on the team in scoring. Reed Travis and Tyler Hero, both of those players have 5 points right now. So how many years have you called basketball games? So Russell's asking me that question, how many years have I called basketball games? And actually, Russell, I just started out this channel around like mid-January or so. So like I've been almost like just a tad over 2 months. I've been calling play-by-play, but yeah, it seems like every single day I've been progressing and getting better, and I absolutely love what I'm doing, and I love that I've been making this channel grow with everybody. So this is awesome. And even some of the people on my channel, they've told me, they've been like, Sal, my name is Sal, by the way, from Behind the Arc Basketball, but they've been like, Sal, you've inspired me so much. I'm thinking about doing my own play-by-play channel someday. And I'm just like, yeah, man, just go for your dreams. Just go for it. Definitely just live your dream right now. But yeah, I've been on like the radio side. I used to host my own radio show back at college. I was in the production department back at college. That's what I do now for my work. I'm almost there now. 2 years as production director almost. I'll have my 2-year anniversary in May at the radio station that I work at. But I'm the production director there, so I do like voiceovers for commercials. I do like all the audio stuff, putting together commercials for the radio station, putting together like radio show bumpers for all the hosts and stuff. I'm not able to host any shows there at the station because it's a political talk station, which is not really my strong suit. I'm into sports here or so that's where my strong suit is. But during college, you can only do like one department or so I picked production because if I had to do sports, I commuted like an hour to go to my college, but all the sports games were at like late at night and stuff like that, so I couldn't do the sports department and stuff like that. But it's always been a dream for me on the side to do like play-by-play and stuff. So yeah, this has been a blast right now. Do you know CE Sports Show? I have not heard of CE Sports Show. Interesting. So there's something called CE Sports Show. That's interesting right there. But yeah, we are at halftime between both of these teams currently. But yeah, a lot of people ask me, sometimes the people in the chat ask me about stuff like if I'm able to show the stream, which I'm not able to because if I do, it'd be like a copyright thing or so. So from time to time I get that, even though I put in the description about that. But yeah, I'll definitely make a note of that to check out his stream sometimes. But yeah, before I started streaming here, I saw some of the people doing like these types of channels, like doing their own like play-by-play and stuff. I know the Sports Fury on YouTube does play-by-play of like NFL games and other sports, and they have like over 50,000 subs on their channel. There's a couple of other guys that have like, I think over 6,000 subs is Mr. Bad Dog. He does like a bunch of Yankee streams on his channel. I think like Giant streams. Also like he does like the NBA streams. There's a couple of other guys who does NBA. Crazy Dog 99. Oh wow. Yeah, I haven't heard of him. I should check him out as well. I know there's a couple of other people. I think Sir Cardinal TV does NBA. One of my friends. Oh, that's so cool. So he's from Cleveland. He does the Cleveland Indians, Cleveland Browns. Wow, that is awesome. Yeah, it is one of the guys. He has almost 300 subs. He does like all the New England sports stuff. His channel is called Butcher's Block and Patriots Talk. So yeah, he's from Cape Cod. I just met him on my channel like a couple of weeks ago. But one of my friends, check out, yeah, Bobby. One of my friends, check out his channel sometime if you haven't done so already. I'll type in his channel for you. So if you're a hockey fan, check him out. His channel is called Off the Wall Hockey, and he does like analysis of hockey games, like doing like he'll do like live reactions of hockey games. But that's my friend's channel right there, Off the Wall Hockey. So if you're ever big into hockey, check him out, give him a sub. His name's John. He does live reaction streams of hockey games. He just had a really good live reaction stream last Monday at a Bruins game where I think they took on the Lightning in that one. But yeah, I've heard of Sir Cardinal TV. He does all the NBA stuff, which is pretty cool. He has like microphones in the background as well that he does, which is absolutely awesome. But right now we're at halftime. Just going to look at some of these stats here during the halftime break. Kentucky shooting the ball at around 12% better from the floor right now than Auburn. Kentucky shooting at around, actually no, yeah, 9% better from the floor. Read that as a 48 instead of a 45. But Kentucky shooting the ball at 46% from the floor currently. Auburn shooting the ball at 37% from the floor in that first half. As far as the rebounds, Kentucky out-rebounding Auburn by a +5 right now on the boards, 20-15 right now at halftime. And let's see what else we got here at the half. Actually, the steals have been even 3-3. The turnovers, Auburn's only turned the ball at the half only 4 times, 6 turnovers by Kentucky. So that's how we are doing at halftime with both of those teams basically. Interested to see about Cam Reddish's status. I'm going to update this for the Duke game today. Looks like I'm looking here at Cam Reddish's status. Looks like he's going to be a game time decision for the matchup today against Michigan State. So we'll see if Cam Reddish can be back on the court. If not, they'll probably go with Alex O'Connell again. I think he's number 15 in the lineup for the Duke Blue Devils. So that could be big for Duke if they're missing Cam Reddish once again. I believe he has knee tendonitis, so that's why he missed the last game against Virginia Tech. But yeah, that should be a wild game in here. Michigan State going up against Duke in the next game. So yeah, we're at halftime with both of these teams. Going to update you guys the score. I got Duke for that one. I think it's going to be really close. I have no clue if Cam Reddish is going to play. It's going to be a game time decision. If not, it's going to be a really close game. I think either way. The past 2 scores for Duke, they've looked like this. They beat UCF 77-76, and then the last game against Virginia Tech on Friday, they beat them 75-73. How about we drop 2 more points from that total, 77-75 for the past 2 games? How about we go 71-70 in this game? I'm projecting, or 73-72 or something like that. It's going to be a crazy game, probably. But here we are at halftime. 5-point lead at the half. Kentucky is up 35-30. So far, just going to update the score here with the chat. If you haven't done so already, make sure to pound those like buttons as well. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well. I call play-by-play of March Madness games. I'll be calling the rest of the March Madness games throughout the season. So I'll be doing the next one after this, Duke against Michigan State. And then back again next Saturday for the 2 Final Four matchups. I'll be having the national championship as well, Monday, April 8th. After March Madness season is done, I'll also be jumping into the NBA playoffs, doing play-by-play after that. I'll also be uploading some video compilations of college basketball in there when I do have a chance. I'm working on the greatest comebacks of college basketball in 2019 right now. Hopefully, I'll have that uploaded for you guys after the national championship game is finished on Monday, April 8th. But here we are at the half, 5-point game. Kentucky is currently up in this one. From 3-point range, Kentucky with a narrow advantage at the moment. 4 for 13 right now, shooting the 3 ball from the outside. Auburn is 3 for 11 at the moment. As we look to a couple of other things in this game, Kentucky with 9 assists so far at halftime. Auburn with 3. Kentucky's leading scorer is P.J. Washington with 15 points right now. But for Auburn, the leading scorer is Jared Harper. I think around the 5-minute mark before halftime, I believe, Jared Harper had 0 points, but he got all his 8 points within the last 5 minutes before halftime. But yeah, all this hype is crazy for this Duke against Michigan State game coming up. 2 legendary coaches going at it. Tom Izzo for Michigan State, Coach K for Duke. It's just going to be a crazy game. It's going to be just an insane game. If you thought that Purdue versus Virginia last night was insane, talk about insanity today, hopefully, for this game. But yeah, I've got Duke in this one, but I have them winning like a really close game. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Duke won by like 1 or 2 points in today's game against Michigan State. It's going to be that close, I think. Both of these teams look so even on the board. Like, when I saw the brackets put out, I was like, this is too bad for Michigan State. They should be playing in the Final Four because they just won the Big Ten title like right before Selection Sunday happened, and they get put as a 2 seed still. They didn't put them to jump Gonzaga as a 1 seed, which I thought that Michigan State should be worthy of that 1, but instead they ended up as like the number 8 overall team in the bracket out of 68 teams, and ended up somehow in Duke's region, even though Michigan got put in the opposite side of the bracket and they got crushed by Texas Tech, or yeah, at the bottom part of that bracket side. So yeah, those teams should have met in the Final Four, but probably not in the Elite 8. But this matchup there's just so much hype for this Elite 8. Big Ten Player of the Year, Cassius Winston for a point guard going up against Zion. And the status of Cam Reddish will be unknown for this game today. Still a game time decision. We'll have to wait and see, basically. But here we are at halftime. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Just going to update you guys what happened in last night's games. Texas Tech moves on to their first ever Final Four in school history. They beat Gonzaga last night 75-69. As I don't know a lot of people in their brackets who had Texas Tech going all the way to the Final Four. When you think about Texas Tech, most of the time you think about terrible defense and pretty good offense. If you think about the football team, you think about an atrocious defense. If you look at the Texas Tech football team, like, they've never been known for their defense at all, especially with Cliff Kingsbury when he used to coach that team. So many points that his defense used to allow on the board. But this Texas Tech Red Raiders team is all about defense. They just allowed Gonzaga, the #1 scoring team in the nation, who averages just a tad below 89 points per game, to only score 69 points in the win for Texas Tech last night. So 75-69 last night. Texas Tech moves on to the Final Four, first time in school history. This is how the points staggered up for the Red Raiders. Leading the way, 19 points, Jared Culver. Culver, a top 15 NBA draft pick, as he had 19 points, 17 points in there by Matt Mooney, 12 points by the Italian Davide Moretti. Moretti is the second best free throw shooter in all of college basketball, right behind one of the guys that I've been calling in this game so far, Tyler Hero of Kentucky. Tyler Hero is the #1 free throw shooter this year in college basketball, shooting the ball at 94% from the free throw line. So that was it yesterday, Texas Tech against Gonzaga. One of the plays in the replay was just this insane block that Tariq Owens had on Rui Hachimura in last night's game. And then again, Owens saved the ball before it went out of bounds. Hachimura led the way in scoring last night for Gonzaga. He had 22 points in that game. Also, Brandon Clark had a double-double, 18 points, 12 rebounds in that one. Wasn't enough, however. And then let's see the second game. That was crazy for Purdue against Virginia. Purdue should have had the win. Virginia with a steal, though, and a beautiful outlet pass all the way to the key. And they banked home the jumper, basically, at the right side of the baseline. I think it was Diakite who hit that jumper to tie up the game. I think it was at 73, forced it into overtime, and then Virginia won the game 80-75. Or no, tied it up at 70, and then they went into overtime. So it was 70 even at overtime, yeah. But Kyle Guy had 25 points last night for Virginia. Ty Jerome had 24. Kyle Guy had 12 points, 10 rebounds. He's usually not the leading rebounder for Virginia. And for Purdue, the 42-point effort by Carson Edwards came up short. It's just insane what Carson Edwards has done in the tournament. Like, it's incredible. Gonna get out my calculator here and put an average to these numbers, what Carson Edwards did throughout this entire college basketball tournament. So he had 42 points last night against Virginia. 29 points against Tennessee in the Sweet 16, 42 points again against Villanova, and he had 26 points in the first round against Old Dominion. That's 139 points total in college basketball. Divide that by 4, you get an average of 34 points per game, almost touching 35. 34.7 points per game for Carson Edwards. That's absolutely crazy in 4 games in the tournament. That is just insane right there, those numbers. That is March Madness at its finest. I was seeing like a stat from like earlier today. I think it was Purdue with their 3-pointers. I think it was like the most 3-point shots that they've ever converted from the field since like the 1990 Loyola Marymount team, I think, or something like that. So Purdue just hit a crazy amount of 3-pointers in this tournament. They had that game against Tennessee where Carson Edwards went off for 29 points, and also Ryan Klein went off for 27 in that game. Yeah, Edwards for Purdue, he had 28 3-point shots in 4 games. That was a tournament record, and I believe Purdue as a team also had something that was close to a record. Yeah, as a team, Purdue recorded 54 3-pointers in this tournament, the second most through the first 4 games of a March Madness tournament behind Loyola Marymount, who had 56 3-point shots they converted on in 1990. So that's where that number comes from. Carson Edwards, of course, crazy amount of 3-point shots. He got a record in the tournament for 28 3-point shots in 4 games in the tournament. Or you could save thousands with 0 for 60 on an all-wheel drive Sienna, plus more. Ready, set, go get your Toyota today. Toyota, let's go places. I like to do my banking online. But yeah, interested to see what happens in the second half here. Haven't gone over foul trouble at all. We'll go over that right now. So Auburn, the player filling in for Chuma Okeke to start the game was Horace Spencer, number 0 for Auburn. Right now, he's committed 3 fouls, so he's in quite a bit of foul trouble right now for the Tigers. 2 fouls committed by Malik Dunbar, and also 2 fouls committed by Austin Wiley. So Russell Johnson asked me, why do you love basketball so much? Do you see the Joachim Noah double dribble too? I actually didn't see that one. I'll type it in and see if I can get that one. But yeah, calling sports has just always been a passion of mine. Always been like a pretty big passion for mine to call sports and stuff like that. My main sport that I used to play was growing up was baseball. I used to play baseball growing up. I used to be the leadoff hitter in my team, and then I played all the way up through high school as well. I played on my all-star team for baseball, so that was an absolute blast. Yeah, I'm looking at somebody here on YouTube right now, Kentucky versus Auburn live stream with 1,400 people watching, and he put in the link in the description. That's crazy. Yeah, he's going to get taken down for copyrights, basically, because you can't do that. But here we are, going into the second half, almost in this one. So we're going to get ready to go back to action here momentarily here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well. So Danjel Purifoy will start off the second half here for the Tigers. I think that's in place of Horace Spencer, number 0, because he's in quite a bit of foul trouble. 3 fouls right now for Auburn right now for Horace Spencer, number 0. All right, so here we go. We're going to get ready to go back to action here as both of these SEC teams will battle it out for an additional 20 minutes to see who will make it into the Final Four. Here we are back to action. Kentucky with the ball off the inbound as they have it at the right wing, 3-point perimeter with Ashton Higgins. They pass it top of the key with Tyler Hero. Hero dribbling right wing perimeter now. 19:45 left to go. He passes that ball inside. Reed Travis puts it back outside. Open three, top of the key, no good by Higgins. Open look, and the tip in was good by Kentucky. They're up by 7 right now. So they started off with a offensive tip in right underneath the basket. 37-30. 19:20 left to go before halftime. Auburn with the ball top of the key here. They pass it right wing perimeter to Jared Harper. Harper had all his 8 points in the last 5 minutes left to go before the half. Harper here with 5 on the shot clock. 19:10 left to go. Harper trying to take it inside, laying it past the defense, and no good on the layup, but he got fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Jared Harper almost went right in there. He went deep on the baseline, almost into the pep band right there, right behind the baseline of the court. There was a bump on the play. It looks like number 22, Reed Travis, got called with a bump on that play. 37-30, 19:07 left to go. Harper, first shot at the free throw line, knocks that one down. 6-point game. Jared Harper, an 82% free throw shooter on the season here. He'll get a second shot at the free throw line. Knocks that one down as well. 37-32. 5-point lead for Kentucky. Trying to look for somebody's open right here. They do pass it to Tyler here at the left corner. And now they put that ball into the hands of Higgins. Higgins with it for Kentucky. Passes the March Madness logo. Dribbles right wing on the perimeter here. He passes top of the key. Johnson passes left wing to Tyler Hero. Back to Keldon Johnson. Johnson, top of the key, passes to Higgins. Back to Hero. Hero to Higgins. Higgins at the top of the key. 18:45 left to go. Higgins going inside. Stripped of the ball and retains it, though. But he coughs it up. He tried to pass that one back to Hero. Too short on the pass. Auburn with a steal. Left wing three. Transition. Drains it down by Bryce Brown. 37-35. This one's getting close right now. In transition, Bryce Brown knocking down the catch-and-shoot jumper right there. Auburn back at the defensive end. Kentucky with the ball here. We'll try this out again. Tyler Hero dribbling. Top of the key for the Wildcats. 18:05 left to go. Passes left wing perimeter. Left corner. Johnson back to the left wing with Higgins. Whistle on the play. 18:05 left to go. That is an offensive turnover by Kentucky. So Charles Barkley has to be impressed by his Auburn squad right now, taking them all the way. 37-35, under 18 left to play in this game. Auburn with the ball left wing perimeter. Purifoy puts that one into the hands. Bryce Brown now dribbling. Takes the deep jumper. Oh, he missed it on the play, but he got fouled. They'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. He tried to take the deep two jumper from the top of the free throw circle with 17:51 left to go. Wow, so yeah, Bryce Brown will go to the free throw line. Actually, it was right above the free throw circle and behind the 3-point line as I'm last looking at it. There was a lot of jerseys there with a lot of feet, so had trouble at first seeing if it was a 3 or a 2. I thought it was a deep 2, but it looks like a 3-point shot. First shot at the free throw line goes down for Bryce Brown, an 81% free throw shooter in the season. 1-point game. Tries to tie it up. He does. 17:51 remaining. We got ourselves a tie game here. Bryce Brown will shoot another shot at the free throw line. He was followed from behind the 3-point arc. Just barely. And I'll go to the line to shoot 3. Made his first 2, missed his second one, though. Rebounded by Kentucky, but they couldn't save it. Auburn with the ball back off the tip, and they drain the 3 from the left corner. What a huge shot, and Auburn takes the lead. 40-37 right now. Kentucky tried to save that ball at the left corner. Instead, they chucked it up for grabs in the air. They put the ball into the hands of an Auburn player, and he took it back to the left corner right there, and that was Bryce Brown who got that ball in his hands. When Kentucky was trying to save it, dribbled back a few steps to the left corner, nailed a three. 40-37 right now, 17:43 left to go. 10-0 run in the last minute and a half for Auburn. This has been a new Auburn team right here. Kentucky with the ball. They put that ball into the hands of Tyler Hero. Hero dribbling left wing of the three-point perimeter. He passes left elbow. Ball stolen from behind. P.J. Washington had it stolen. Auburn with a ball and a travel in transition by the Tigers. Bryce Brown tried to pass that one inside instead. Took too many steps and he traveled with it. Let's see right here. Oh, yeah. Let's see right here. Almost a kicked ball on the play by Kentucky, but Auburn got called with the travel. So the ball will go back to Kentucky. 17:15 left to go. Kentucky with the ball with Tyler Hero. Left wing three-point perimeter. Lobs it up top. Left elbow, P.J. Washington. Washington trying to take it inside baseline. Dishes it back out on top. And we do have a foul committed by Auburn on the play with 17:10 left to go. So if you haven't done so, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of college basketball games. And also make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. 2 months doing play-by-play. Over 100 plus subscribers. Just got over 100 on Friday night. So here we are getting ready to go back to action. Kentucky with the inbound. Underneath the basket, they put it back up and in by Tyler Hero right there. Up and in off the glass. 1 point lead by Auburn. 40-39, 16:50 left to go before the end of this game. Auburn, left wing three from outside. And no good. That was an air ball three. Rebounded by Kentucky here. Kentucky takes it past the timeline. Foul committed on the play. That one was charged by Bryce Brown of Auburn. That Kentucky was trying to pass the ball right past the timeline. And Bryce Brown reaching in at the top trying to go for the ball. 2 fouls committed by Auburn so far in this half. 2 fouls committed by Kentucky. We have 16:46 left to go in this game. 1 point lead by Auburn. 40-39. Kentucky will get the inbound here. Tyler Hero will be the inbound passer. He passes the ball there, lobs it up over the top to Ashton Hagans. Hagans at the edge of the March Madness logo. Passes left wing to Tyler Hero. Hero dribbling left corner. He passes left wing, goes back again to Reed Travis. Tries to feed it inside a Hero. He gets denied. In the key right there. Auburn with the block. Auburn with the ball. Lob pass over the top. Put back up and in right there. As Auburn in fast break transition. Lob pass over the top. They tipped it into the basket. 42-39. 16:15 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. Down by 3. They take it past the timeline. 12-2 run by Auburn in the past 3 minutes. Kentucky. They feed it inside of Reed Travis. Too many bodies there. And that ball goes out of bounds. He was stripped in the lane with the ball as he tried to put up a shot. So Kentucky will get the inbound. Of 16:07 left to go. Shuma Okiki spending time with his family today at his team's hotel, but looks like he's underneath the stadium right now, going to his team's bench in a few minutes to cheer on his team and see if they can get the W and move on to the Final Four. Kentucky with the inbound here, and they're dribbling, and another foul committed by Auburn, a tripping foul on the play with 15:57 left to go. So I'm going to update you guys with a chat here. Again, if you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below, guys. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play the college basketball games. I'll be doing the rest of the play-by-play throughout this entire tournament. Next stream after this, Michigan State going up against Duke. And then I'll be having the Final Four games for you guys as well after that. Texas Tech advanced to the Final Four last night. Same as Virginia. Virginia beat Purdue. Texas Tech beat Gonzaga. Who will advance to the Final Four out of this group? Will it be Kentucky for another year in the Final Four? Or will Auburn get their first time ever inside the Final Four? So right now, 42-39. Auburn with a 3-point lead with 15:57 left to go. Currently on a TV timeout. Going to update you guys with a box score of who's leading the way in scoring right now for both of these squads. 15 points by P.J. Washington, leading the way for Kentucky. For Auburn, the leading scorer. 15 points by Bryce Brown. 10 points by Jared Harper. So Bryce Brown, the leading scorer coming into this game, averaging just below 19 points per game. Right now is 15 points for the Tigers. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play on March Madness action here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. So right here, we're currently on the TV timeout. Kentucky shooting percentage, how it looks for both of these teams. Kentucky shooting at 46% from the floor. Auburn at 41% currently in this one. For Kentucky, they are out-rebounding Auburn, +4 on the boards right now by the Wildcats, 21-17. 13 fouls committed by Auburn, 10 by Kentucky. Should see who else is in foul trouble as well. I saw the graphic go on the board. A couple of these players were in some foul trouble. 3 fouls committed by Horace Spencer, filling in to start the game for Chuma Okeke. Also, Austin Wiley, who's been filling in for Chuma Okeke, he's the tallest player on the team for Auburn. Off the bench has 2 fouls committed. D'Angelo Purifoy has 2 fouls committed for Auburn. Malik Dunbar has 2. For Kentucky, who's in foul trouble, 2 fouls committed by Jamerl Baker Jr. off the bench. And 2 fouls committed by Reed Travis. Tyler Hero has 3 personal fouls, leading the way in fouls, so that is not good for Tyler Hero. Right now, he also has 7 points in this game. He's 1 for 4 from 3-point range. Of course, Tyler Hero had that big game against Arkansas back on... That was back on February 26th. He had that career-high 29-point game against Arkansas for Tyler Hero. This game comes down to free throws. Count on Tyler Hero to make the buckets, as he's the #1 free throw shooter in all of college basketball, shooting the ball at 94% from the free throw line. But Chuma Okeke just got back on the team's bench right here. He's almost there. He's getting pushed by a wheelchair to go sit next to his teammates right here. He's right behind his teammates. Has Chuma Okeke. Gonna cheer on his Auburn team to see if they can make their first ever Final Four appearance. They've lost their leading rebounder on the team. No problem today. They are up by 3. Yes, definitely Russell. What a turnaround Auburn has had, as they have been on that 12-2 run now. And here we are getting ready to go back to action. 15:46 left to go in this one. I think Auburn just committed another defensive foul, so it was 15:46. A couple seconds just turned off the clock, but Kentucky will inbound it again. Oh! Imagine if Virginia Tech had converted that on Friday. Lob pass over the top, underneath the basket for the inbound, and the man's jam with authority right there to put 2 more points on the board for Kentucky. Keldon Johnson slams it with authority, 42-41. That was the same exact play as the Virginia Tech lob pass over the top that they missed against Duke, but of course Kentucky would convert on that. Auburn with the ball, missed a 3-point shot, rebounded by Kentucky. We're back to action here. They take it past the timeline with Ashton Higgins, right wing of the 3-point perimeter. Higgins now puts it into the hands of Reed Travis. He loses it in the key. Stolen by Auburn. Taking it past the timeline. Lob pass over the top, and no, wow. Kentucky, good defense there. Prevented the alley-oop pass. Pushing tempo, 2-on-1 Kentucky. Oh, a block from behind. This a clean block by Auburn. Malik Dunbar with a clean block. Auburn trying to go to the bucket, and they get fouled. Now go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, my goodness. These sequence of plays that just keep on happening. Oh, man. 42-41. What an effort. Kentucky had a 2-on-1 fast break. Ashton Higgins passed it to Keldon Johnson to lay it up and in, but Malik Dunbar, #4 of Auburn, comes out of nowhere and blocks that ball from behind. And Auburn tried to go coast to coast, lay it up and in. They got fouled. They'll go to the free throw line here with 14:52 left to go. So here we are at the free throw line with Auburn. This is Jared Harper. Jared Harper on the season, an 82% free throw shooter. He is the best free throw shooter in this entire team. Bryce Brown and also Samir Dowdy shooting the ball at 81% from the line for Auburn. But here's Harper, the 82% free throw shooter. First shot goes down right there, 43-41. Auburn with a 2-point lead. Here we are, second shot at the free throw line. Automatic with that one as 2, 44-41. Auburn with a 3-point lead. Kentucky with the ball now. So Quentin in the chat says, my phone is going to die. Okay, I forgot my charger at home. Oh, no, that's not good. Oh, goodness. Yikes. That's not good for Quentin. Jumper and the key goes down, though, for Kentucky right there with Keldon Johnson. This is not the game you want to miss if your phone's going to die. That is for sure. 44-43. Auburn right now is up by 1, and they have the ball. We have 14:20 left to go. The winner of this game plays Virginia in the Final Four. Deep three, right wing, no good by Auburn. Battle for the rebound. Kentucky has it. 1-point game, 14:05 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Into the hands of Emmanuel quickly. Dribbles towards that March Madness logo here. 4 for 14 shooting from behind the arc for Kentucky so far. Auburn has converted on 5 3-point shots. And a foul committed by Auburn as Kentucky tried to pass that ball out. And that is the 15th foul of the second half here for the Tigers. So 2 more fouls and Kentucky will be shooting in the bonus. Can't believe this is a 1-point game right now. 44-43, 13:54 remaining in this one. Kentucky will get the inbound pass here. Horace Spencer in a lot of foul trouble as he checks to the bench once again. So a substitution by Auburn. D'Angelo Purifoy coming back in for the Tigers as Horace Spencer has 4 fouls he's committed in this game. So he'll head to the bench. Kentucky with the ball now. They put that ball into the hands of Tyler Hero. Left wing, 3-point perimeter. Hero. He passes it off to Keldon Johnson. And now to Quickly. Quickly, 3, right wing, no good. Ball tipped up in the air, rebounded by Auburn. Auburn takes it past the right side of the timeline. Jared Harper. Harper tried to pass it back to his teammate. Tipped and stolen by Kentucky. Kentucky now in transition. Alley-oop jam. Another one. Emmanuel Quickly floats the pass over the top. P.J. Washington slams it down. 17 points by P.J. today. The lead goes back to Kentucky. 45-44. Wildcats up by 1. 13:10 left to go. What a game between both of these teams. Auburn with the ball at the top of the key with Bryce Brown. Brown dribbling, right wing perimeter. And now he tries to take it inside. Brown, did he make too many steps? No, the refs aren't going to roll that. Inside, Wiley with the ball on the key, and he lost control of it. Ball goes back to Kentucky. Wiley lost control. The ball went out of bounds and touched the baseline as that was Jared Harper who dribbled inside, fed the ball to number 50, Austin Wiley. He lost control of it. Ball went out of bounds. So a turnover by Auburn. Kentucky will get the inbound pass momentarily here. They are up by 1. The Wildcats leading 45-44. What a great game. Hopefully, this is what we'll see in Duke against Michigan State as well. 12:50 remaining, 10 turnovers by Kentucky, 7 by Auburn so far in this game. Kentucky with the ball. They have it. Left elbow backing their way. Jumper in the key. P.J. Washington, no good. Fight for the rebound. Offensive rebound. P.J. gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Oh, my goodness. In a sea of blue, navy blue jerseys with orange lettering, P.J. Washington somehow dug out the ball from underneath the basket in the offensive rebound. And he shot an additional shot, and he got fouled on the play, and he'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. There were 3 Auburn jerseys right there who had an opportunity for the rebound as the ball was underneath their bodies, right between their legs. They couldn't find the ball, and P.J. Washington was in position to find it first. 45-44. P.J. has a chance to extend the Kentucky lead here at the free throw line. No good for the first one there. As this season, P.J. Washington's a 67% free throw shooter. So the same exact percentage, I believe, as Zion Williamson of Duke is P.J. Washington at the free throw line at 67%. For Auburn, checking back into the game, number 4 for the Tigers, Malik Dunbar. Got some substitutions here. D'Angelo Purifoy checking out of the game, so he's heading back to the bench. Oh, wow. So Purifoy is going to check back into this game here for Auburn. Interesting. So we have 12:41 left to go. He just checked back in, and then he just went out towards the bench again. Interesting. There's a problem with, like, the scores table right here. So Russell Johnson asking me, aren't you worried you may be attacked by one of those giants if you mention they have a free throw percentage in the 60s? No, I don't worry about basically anything. I mean, the numbers telling the tale right there. There's so many good things, though, that, like, Zion has like a 67% free throw shooting percentage. There's so many other things that he does so well that he's top 5 in the ACC in points scored per game, also blocks per game, steals per game. He's just not top 5 in the conference in either free throw shooting percentage, 3-point shots, or assists per game. Those are the only 3 categories. Other than that, he's top 5 in basically everything. But yeah, these numbers telling the tale right now. But he drains it right there. So 46-44. So he hit that shot at the free throw line for PJ Washington. Purifoy tried to check back in after the free throw right there for Auburn, and I don't think the refs wanted him to come back in for some reason. This is a crazy stat. Bryce Brown and Jared Harper in the first 8 minutes of this game, both of those players for Auburn had 0 points. Ever since that, Bryce Brown and Jared Harper have, for both of those players, they've combined on 27 points. Right now, it's a 2-point game. 46-44, Kentucky with that 2-point lead. Auburn with the ball off the inbound. They have it with Malik Dunbar. He passes right wing perimeter to Samir Dowdy here to the top of the key with McLemore. McLemore now puts that into the hands of Auburn. They drain the 3 from outside. Right wing, Bryce Brown knocks it down. Auburn takes back the lead. 47-46. We have 12:05 left to go in this one. What a game here. Kentucky, left wing, Tyler Hero with the ball. Hero dribbling back, passes left wing again. Ashton Higgins. Higgins with the ball. Foul committed by Auburn on the play. Malik Dunbar picked up the foul. The 7th foul charged to Auburn on the play. I think a reach-in on it. So Kentucky will be shooting the 1-and-1 in the bonus right now. When we do come back from commercial break, they'll actually be shooting the 1-and-1 in the bonus. Looks like CBS has decided to go to commercial first. 12 minutes left to go. 1-point lead by Auburn. This is for the final 4 on the line right here. Auburn 47, Kentucky 46. We'll be back with the play-by-play in a few minutes from now. Currently on a commercial break. 12 minutes even left to go in this one. So let's see right here. We'll look at some of the box score stats here. So Bryce Brown and Jared Harper, they started out the game in the first 8 minutes. Both of those players did not score a single point for Auburn. Now, ever since, they've scored 30 points combined out of the 47 for the Tigers right now. 18 points by Bryce Brown, 12 points by Harper. So that's how, between those two, Jared Harper, Bryce Brown, that's how the scoring has been going so far with both of those guys. So they're the only 2 players on the team with double-digit points at the moment for the Tigers. For the Kentucky Wildcats, the leading scorer is PJ Washington, 18 points currently for Kentucky on this commercial break. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe, as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games throughout the rest of the tournament here. Duke against Michigan State coming up next after this one, and then next Saturday, I'll be back for the 2 Final Four games, and Monday night, April 8th, I'll have the national title game. But here we are with both of these teams right now, looking at some of the team stats. It's the outside shooting that Auburn's been able to take back the lead in this one. They've converted on 6 3-point shots from the field so far, so 6 for 17 from 3-point range for the Auburn Tigers. Currently, Kentucky is 4 for 15. And also shooting percentage. Kentucky does have a better shooting percentage than Auburn at the moment. 47% for Kentucky, 39% for Auburn, but the 3-point shots is what Auburn has been able to do. They've been able to drain down some clutch three-point shots. One of them was off a Kentucky turnover. They tried to save the ball on the baseline from going out of bounds. They threw the ball up into the air. Instead, it went into the wrong jersey. As Auburn got the ball, and Bryce Brown had to take a few steps back, dribble out, and he dribbled out to the left corner and nailed down a three-point shot. So here we are, 12 minutes left to go when we do get back to action. It's going to be one hell of a finish, just like how all these tournament games have gone inside the Elite Eight. I think every single one of these Elite Eight games have been like basically close, besides the ending of Texas Tech against Gonzaga, where Texas Tech shot down some free throws. That was basically it. But Purdue against Virginia yesterday, crazy game. But here we are. This could be decided by 1 or 2 points possibly towards the ending. Looking to the foul trouble here. Tyler Hero for Kentucky, 3 fouls committed by him. Horace Spencer, Malik Dunbar, both with 4. D'Angelo Purifoy with 3. Hit those like buttons if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel as well. We have 12 minutes left to go. Kentucky here at the free throw line. The Wildcats down by 1. At the free throw line is P.J. Washington of Kentucky. 47 Auburn, 46 Kentucky. P.J. at the free throw line here. He'll have his first shot. This is the 1-and-1 at the free throw line. He missed the 1-and-1. Rebounded by Auburn. So no good on a 1-and-1. Auburn has committed 7 fouls in the second half. They got rebounded by Auburn. Auburn up by 1. They take it past the timeline with Jared Harper. Harper passes top of the key. Purifoy. D'Angelo Purifoy passes right wing perimeter here with the ball. Jared Harper passes that one off, and now they try to dribble baseline inside. Anthony McLemore with the ball, got blocked from behind by Kentucky. So Auburn will get the ball here back in the inbound with 11:36 left to go. So 11:36 left to go in this one. 47-46. Russell Johnson keeps giving NBA advice to the NCAA coaches, and they never listen. Get the other team into foul trouble. Why? And the student couldn't play. Shake my head. Yep. But here we are, guys. Back to action here. Kentucky has the ball now with it left elbow, and now the jumper in the key. PJ, no good. Oh, he gets the offensive rebound, though. So Kentucky with the ball still. They pass it right wing. That is an open 3, as open as you can get, and Higgins missed it. Rebounded by Auburn. 11 minutes left to go. Auburn with the ball. They dribble right side baseline back. Right corner 3. No good by the Tigers. They get the offensive rebound. They pass it top of the key here to Bryce Brown. Bryce Brown dribbles towards the left corner of the front court. 8 offensive rebounds so far by Auburn. Only 6 by Kentucky. So Auburn a +2 on the offensive boards. Jumper to key. Bryce Brown knocks it down. 49-46 Auburn with a 3-point lead. We have 10.5 left to go in this one. Auburn with a lead, 49-46. Kentucky has only scored 3 points in the last 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Kentucky, a lot of dribbling, right wing perimeter. They put the ball into the hands of Reed Travis. Kicks it back out on top of the key 3. That's an air ball by Quickly. And P.J. Washington put that ball into his teammates' hands, and they got it right before the horn and put that one floater, and the key goes down for Kentucky. 49-48, 26 points in the paint right now by the Wildcats, 18 points in the paint by Auburn in this game. Auburn up by 1. They have the ball. They pass it at the right corner, the 3-point perimeter here. 9:45 left to go. They have it in the key, dribbling, jumper in the key, fade away. Nice shot right there by Bryce Brown, and another one, he knocks it down. 22 points so far by Bryce Brown. Auburn with a 3-point lead, 51-48. Under 9.5 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. They have it right wing perimeter. Tyler Hero dribbling. He passes that one inside. Reed Travis, jumper, spin move, banks it home on the play. Reed Travis has fouled as well. Go to the line to shoot the and 1. He has a chance to tie it up here at the charity stripe. 51 Auburn, 50 Kentucky. So 51-50 right now. Kentucky at the free throw line to see if they can tie this thing up with Reed Travis. Anthony McLemore picked up the foul for the Tigers. No good. Rattled out right there by Kentucky by Reed Travis at the free throw line. Got rebounded by Auburn. Here we are, guys. 9-10 left to go. Auburn takes the pass to the right side of the timeline with Javon McCormick. They pass it left wing perimeter. Jared Harper dribbles back towards that March Madness logo. Harper now passes left corner three. Catch and shoot from the outside. Oh, hits the top of the iron and goes into the net right there by Purifoy. 3-point shot from the left corner goes down. Luck on the bounce right there for Auburn. They are up by 4. 54-50 right now. 8:40 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. They have it. Top of the key. Tyler Hero. Hero passes left wing perimeter. PJ Washington trying to take it inside. Stripped of the ball. Stolen away by the top 5 stealing team in the nation, Auburn Tigers. Fast break here underneath the basket. They pass it back outside. Oh, ball's going around that perimeter. They do. Open shot. Oh, they had that open corner 3 look, and then Kentucky swarmed right in on them. And the ball goes out of bounds with 8:20 left to go. Javon McCormick, they had a fast break underneath the net, and then Kentucky's defense got back right in time to put 3 white jerseys in their way. Auburn does get the ball back after the ball was kicked out of bounds by Kentucky. Top of the key here for the Tigers. The ball almost tipped out of bounds, but it gets tipped back into the hands of Auburn. Auburn now dribbling top of the key. Nice burst of speed in the lane. No good. He couldn't finish to the hole. Offensive rebound by Auburn, though, and they get fouled. Wow, what a game here. Going to update you guys with the score, and then I'll look at Okeke. So, I think they've only showed Okeke when he sat down so far for Auburn on the bench. We have 8:02 left to go. Yeah, I haven't seen like much of him behind his team bench. Like, they haven't shown much of him right now. So Auburn will get the ball here on the inbound. They lob that one over top of the key to Samir Dowdy. We have under 8 left to play. 54-50 Auburn with a 4-point lead. They put that ball into the hands of Jared Harper. Harper now with 7:45 left to go. He tries to work inside, dribble inside. No good. Too high off the backboard. Ball tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Auburn. So we'll go back to Kentucky here with 7:44 left to go when we do get back after a commercial break. But the Tigers right now, wow, 7:44 left to go. We are on a commercial break. Auburn with a 4-point lead, 54-50. So right now we are on a commercial break. What a game between both of these teams. A major turnaround by the Auburn Tigers in this one. Bryce Brown, the reason why. 22 points by Bryce Brown in this game. 12 points by Jared Harper. 34 out of the 54 points combined have been either scored by Bryce Brown or Jared Harper for Auburn. For Kentucky, the leading scorer still off the bench is PJ Washington with 18 points. 10 points now by Keldon Johnson. Just going to look at some of the team stats here. Kentucky still shooting the ball at 46% from the field. Auburn at 38%. But it's the 3-point shots that's why Auburn's able to coast out in front right now. 7 shots that they've made from behind the 3-point line. 7 for 19 from now. Kentucky has only knocked down 4 shots out of 17 attempts from 3-point range. So total difference there with 3-point shots. Offensive rebounds as well. Earns second chance points. And that's where Auburn has been strong in this game. 10 offensive rebounds by the Tigers. Plus 3 on the offensive boards to Kentucky. 7 offensive rebounds by Kentucky. Yeah, Auburn all March Madness long with a 3-point shots, just draining them down left and right in every single one of their games. That's what they've been able to do. They're also, and also the second chance points with the offensive boards. Even though they've been getting out-rebounded in all those games, they've been able to get those offensive boards, which has been the big key, which means second chance points on the way. And also the turnovers as well. I'm going to see how many turnovers they have. Yeah, Auburn as well. They've been really careful with the ball, not turning it over as much. 7 turnovers so far by the Tigers, 11 by the Wildcats. So Auburn's done a great job handling the ball once again in this game. And they're a top 5 team when it comes to steals in the nation. They have 7 steals in this game. Kentucky only has 4 steals right now. 7 steals by Auburn, though. They average around 9 steals per game, which ranks 5th in all college basketball at the moment. They had that SEC tournament championship game where they crushed Tennessee by 20. They had that big game where they forced Tennessee, I think, into 17 turnovers at the end of that one. This game, they forced Kentucky into 11 so far. This is one hell of a game between both of these teams. Doing this for Chuma right now, the leading rebounder on the team, and they have a 4-point lead with 7:44 left to go when we do get back to action. New Mexico State almost got Auburn at the right moment. They missed they airballed a left corner 3 at the buzzer, so Auburn can narrowly escape that one. Auburn is now in the Elite 8 trying to go to the Final Four. They have a 4-point lead with 7:40 left to go. Here we are back to action. Kentucky with the ball off the inbound. This is Ashton Higgins who takes it past the timeline for the Wildcats. Has it at that edge of the March Madness logo, and he puts that ball into the hands of his teammate, Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly now passes left wing, trying to dribble inside. Jumper by Keldon Johnson hits the rim short and rebounded by Auburn. 7:15 left to go. Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline here. McCormick passes that one inside. Spin move inside. Jumper in the key. Oh, he got that one to fall right there. The ball stopped dead center on the back part of the rim, but went in. Austin Wiley got that shot home. 56-50 right now. Auburn with a 6-point lead. 6:50 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. They have it left wing of the perimeter. They pass it. Left elbow backing their way inside. Jumper. PJ knocks that one down. That got the roll into the hoop right there. Back to a 4-point game. 56-52. Auburn with the ball off the inbound here. 6.5 left to go. 20 points by PJ Washington. Auburn has it, trying to go inside here in the lane. No good. Too strong off the backboard. Offensive rebound, though, but too high off the backboard by Austin Wiley. Rebounded by Kentucky. 6:20 left to go. Kentucky down by 4. 56-52. Kentucky has it at the right wing in that 3-point perimeter. This is Ashton Higgins. Higgins passes top of the key with Reed Travis. Reed Travis passes left wing here to Emmanuel Quickly. Quickly now passes left elbow. Washington back to Quickly. Top of the key. Takes the 3 Quickly. No good. Missed that open 3 ball. Gets rebounded by Auburn. So Russell Johnson here says, I watched the dunk get stuck between the rim and the backboard and stay there. Talk about a fail. Oh, yeah, that is a definite one for sure. I saw that in the tournament a few years ago, and like basically the same exact thing. Somebody was trying to slam it down and got wedged in between there, and then Ian Eagle was calling the game, who was calling this one. He was just like a wedgie on the play as there was a foul committed with 5:34 left to go. I'm going to update you guys here with the score. So Auburn at the moment with a 4-point lead, 56-52 against Kentucky. Oh, yeah. A wedgie. And then I think it happened like a second time in that same tournament. I think it was like 2013 or something like that. It happened again like a few games later, so he called it a double wedgie. So here we are back to action. Auburn passes left corner perimeter now to the left wing with Jared Harper. 5:25 left to go. Harper with the ball. He puts that ball into the hands of Malik Dunbar. Now they pass it right wing perimeter. Brown feeds that one inside. No good. Couldn't finish with a layup. Got rejected underneath the basket. Kentucky with the ball. Pushing tempo underneath the hoop. And a rejection, but an offensive board right there. Kentucky put back. Puts it off the board and up and in. 2-point game. 56 Auburn, 54 Kentucky. This is going to be interesting. Under 5 left to go, guys. We have 4:50 remaining. Auburn with the ball top of the key. It's Bryce Brown who has it. He has it the right wing perimeter. Now he tries to take it inside. Stop, pop, jumper, free throw circle, knocks it down for Bryce Brown. They're showing Chuma Okeke right now, and he's loving that one. 58-54, 4:30 left to go. Kentucky down by 4. Bryce Brown with 17 points in the second half. 24 total today. Right corner perimeter here for Kentucky, trying to work their way inside. Keldon Johnson. Oh, he banks that one home off the glass, up and in. 58-56. 4:20 left to remain, and Keldon Johnson with 12. Auburn with the ball. 2-point game. 58-56 right now. Auburn now passes inside and wow, turnover by Auburn. Jared Harper thought that Bryce Brown was going to make a backdoor cut. He passed the ball way too wide inside, and Bryce Brown just stopped, and the ball went all the way to the baseline. It's a turnover by Auburn. That's their 8th turnover of the game. Kentucky with 11. Kentucky with the ball back on the inbound. 3:50 left to go. The Wildcats down by 2, 58-56. They have it left wing of that 3-point perimeter. Ashton Hagans dribbling with the ball. He passes top of the key here with Tyler Hero. 3:40 remaining. Hero tries to make some contact. No foul called. Rebounded by Auburn. 3:35 left to go. Auburn now. Oh, they lose control of the ball. Jared Harper dribbling too quickly up the court. He got stripped of the ball. Kentucky now. Transition underneath the basket. Layup. No. Fight for the rebound. Tie up on the play. Let's see who the possession arrow goes to. Possession arrow, Auburn. Wow. Kentucky missed the layup. They had like 4 dark blue jerseys in there, a couple of white jerseys in there as well for Kentucky, and Auburn forced the tie up, and they'll get the possession arrow here with 3:28 left to go. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a great game, guys. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games throughout the season, doing the rest of the tournament here on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. This is going to get really interesting. 2-point game. Cannot get better than this. So here we are, leading scorers right now. For the Auburn Tigers, Bryce Brown, 24 points, leading the way. 36 points combined out of the 58 for Auburn have been with Bryce Brown or Jared Harper. For Kentucky, the leading scorers look like this. 12 points by Keldon Johnson. He is the second leading scorer. Leading the way is P.J. Washington. He has 22. And 10 rebounds for the Wildcats at the moment. So 22 points, 10 rebounds for P.J. Join me for my next stream. That will be Michigan State going up against Duke. Another classic game, hopefully, with both of those teams. So here we are on a commercial break at the moment. Offensive rebounds. That's been one of the things keeping Auburn staying afloat and in the lead. 11 offensive rebounds for Auburn compared to 8 offensive rebounds by Kentucky. Also the 3-point shots. 7 3-pointers converted from the game today by Auburn, 4 by Kentucky. We're going to get back to action momentarily. When we do, we have 3:28 left to go in this one. Auburn with a 2-point lead against the Kentucky Wildcats. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, make sure to hit that like button down below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe as well. Just hit that 100+ subscriber mark on Friday night doing a couple of streams. Virginia Tech against Duke got me there with that one. I'll be doing Duke against Michigan State coming up next. We're currently on a TV timeout between Auburn and Kentucky. We're going to get back to action momentarily. For Duke today in the last game, later today against Michigan State, Cam Reddish will be a game-time decision for the Blue Devils. This is huge. So if not, it looks like Alex O'Connell, number 15, will play in his place once again for Duke if Cam Reddish cannot play once again. He has knee tendonitis that was reported. That's why he sat out during the game against Virginia Tech. The winner of Auburn versus Kentucky will take on Virginia in the Final Four on Saturday. I'll have that stream for you guys once again on CBS. I'll also have the stream of Texas Tech versus the winner of Duke against Michigan State. Here we are, guys, almost ready to get back to action. The last play was a possession arrow tie-up ball. It went to Auburn. So Auburn got the possession arrow for the next tie-up. It will go to Kentucky if that ever happens, another tie-up. 58 Auburn, 56 Kentucky. We have 3:28 left to go. We're going to get an inbound momentarily here with the Tigers as they'll get the ball. Bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well. Here we go, guys. Back to action. Auburn with the inbound pass. They put it into the hands of Jared Harper. Harper with the ball dribbling, takes a pass the timeline with 3:20 left to go. He passes top of the key to D'Angelo Purifoy. Back to Harper. Harper passes now. Trying to make a move inside. Samir Dowdy underneath the basket. Couldn't finish. Tip in, no good. Rebounded by Reed Travis of Kentucky. 3:05 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. Down by 2. They take it past the timeline here with Ashton Hagans. Passes left wing perimeter. They put the ball into the hands of Tyler Hero. Hero guarded by Dowdy. Hero passes. PJ Washington dribbles baseline, lays it up and in to tie this thing up at 58. 58 even right now with under 3 left to play. 2:46 left to go. Looks like we got a timeout called on the floor, I believe. 58 even right now. The refs just blew a whistle. Not sure. Ooh, was there a bench warning on the play? That's why the refs blew the whistle. Oh, there was a bench warning, I think, assessed to Kentucky, I think, on the play. So that's why the refs blew the whistle. So bench warning assessed to Kentucky, I believe. We're back to action here. Auburn with the ball off the inbounds. Top of the key here, they have it with McLemore passes, right wing perimeter, back to the top of the key. Setting up the offense here. Jared Harper with 2:25 remaining. Deep three. Harper, no good from the top of the key. 3-point shot. Rebounded by Kentucky. 2:20 remaining. Kentucky with the ball now. They take it past the timeline with 2:15 left. As this is Hagans. Hagans dribbling right wing perimeter. Puts it into the hands of Reed Travis. Travis passes left wing. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero passes PJ Washington left elbow. Back to the left wing. Back to Hero. Hero trying to make his way inside for Kentucky. Stripped in the lane with a ball with 1:58 left to go. Ball will go back to the Wildcats here. We're still tied at 58 apiece. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play on March Madness games. Here we are, back to action. Kentucky underneath the basket. No good by Kentucky. I think that was Tyler Hero underneath the basket that missed the shot. Rebounded by Auburn. 1:40 left to go. Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline. Jared Harper calling out the play with 15 on the shot clock, 1:36 on the game clock. Harper dribbling, top of the key, passes back left wing. Bryce Brown with the ball now. 6 on the shot clock. Brown dribbling right side perimeter. Brown almost lost control of it. 3 seconds on the shot clock and a timeout called by Bruce Pearl. He was in trouble. A double team trap was set up right there by Kentucky. And if they had no timeouts left, that would have been a turnover by Auburn. They had a double team trap set up because Bryce Brown lost control of that ball right in the right corner of the front court, basically. So timeout on the floor. We have 1:25 left to go when we do get back to action. And we'll have this game tied up at 58 apiece. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe as well as I call play-by-play of March Madness games after this. Join me if you like. Michigan State going up against Duke, the 2 versus the number 1 overall seed. And then I'll be back for the Final Four action. Whoever advances here to the Final Four, I'll have against Virginia. And then I'll have Texas Tech against the winner of Duke against Michigan State. So here we are, 1:25 left to go. Currently on a commercial break. This is going to get really interesting. Will we see a buzzer beater like yesterday's game going into overtime with Purdue against Virginia? We all thought Purdue would be in the Final Four. No, Virginia barely got the shot off right before the horn, and they forced the game into overtime. Will we have this one in the can here? 1:25 left to go when we do get back to action. Insane game. So Keldon Johnson right now, he has 12 points for Kentucky at the moment. But PJ Washington is leading the way with 24. So both of those players have double-digit points. Actually, both of those players are in double-doubles as well. PJ Washington, 24 points, 10 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, 12 points, 10 rebounds as well. So 20 out of the 34 rebounds for Kentucky has gone to either Keldon Johnson or PJ Washington. For Auburn, the leading player right now, 24 points by Bryce Brown, 12 points by Jared Harper. So that's how that looks right now for both of these squads. Going to get back to action, hopefully momentarily here after this commercial break. It's been the three-point shooting for Auburn. They've knocked down 7 3-point shots in this game. Kentucky with only 4 3-point shots. So that's been the key for Auburn to get back in this game after they started out this one really slowly, but they got back in. I've seen teams throughout this entire tournament start games slow, but they've been able to crawl their way back and win games. It happened to Iowa twice. Iowa against Cincinnati in the first round, Iowa against Tennessee in the second round as well. We're in quite a bit of foul trouble, though, for Auburn. 4 fouls committed by Malik Dunbar and Horace Spencer. 3 fouls by Macklemore. 3 fouls by Purifoy. For Kentucky, the fouls look like this. 3 fouls by Reed Travis. 3 fouls by Tyler Hero. Here we are, everybody. We're going to get ready to go back to action. When we do, we are tied up at 58 even with 1:25 left to go. If there's another tie up on the court, the possession arrow the next time would go to Kentucky because the last tie up went to Auburn. So here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action momentarily. A timeout was just called by John Calipari, though, so it looks like we're delaying our time to go back to action here. Kentucky will talk things over, allowing Bruce Pearl to also talk some more over for Auburn. So we'll see who comes out in the clutch of this one. Close games. The first time both of these teams played, they had close game written all over. Auburn played against Tennessee, but this one was all the way back on January 19th. It was at Auburn. Auburn played against Kentucky. It was all the way back on January 19th. Close game there. Kentucky got the 82-80 victory. Not as much scoring in this one. 58 apiece in this game. Kentucky, for the last 2 games, they have scored 62 points in both of those games. 62 points against Wofford. 62 points against Houston. Do they have enough to score 62 in this one as well? It's going to be interesting if they can get there. 3 games with 62 points scored in the round of 32, in the round of Sweet 16, and the Elite 8 possibly. They're 4 points away from it. Here we are back to action. Catch and shoot, left wing 3 at the buzzer. Just grazed the rim. Auburn missed it, though, so it got rebounded by Kentucky. The shot clock was down to like 2 seconds before the buzzer because that was when they last called a timeout, when they had the shot clock down to 2 seconds. Kentucky with the ball, 1:05 left to go. They have it. Left elbow with P.J. Washington. Washington trying to go inside. Missed the shot. Jumper in the key. Knocks that one down. An offensive rebound. Second chance right there. He gets it. 2-point lead for Kentucky. 60-58. We have 50 seconds left. Auburn with the ball. And a timeout called on the court. So I'm going to update you guys with the score once again. What a game with both of these teams. P.J. Washington for Kentucky keeping his team in the game. Coming back from injury. 24 points, 11 rebounds in this one for P.J. He had 16 points coming back from injury against UNC in the last game. So here we are, guys. What Auburn loves to do best is shoot 3-point shots. Well, they have a chance to put it up to 61. They've knocked down 7 3-point shots in this game. If you want somebody to turn to for a 3-point shot, it better be Bryce Brown, shooting 4 for 11 from the outside today. Jared Harper, 1 for 5. 2 for 6 by Purifoy, but he's in a little bit of foul trouble. He has 3 fouls committed as well. So here we are. Kentucky 60, Auburn 58. Timeout on the court. So both teams will discuss some stuff as we're going to get back to action. When we do, Auburn will have the ball off the inbounds. What a game here. Oh, yeah, this is a fantastic game. I've seen a couple of these games in the past week or so. Duke against UCF, Duke against Virginia Tech. Maryland against LSU was really good. But here we go, guys. 51.9 seconds left. Auburn will get the inbounds pass. They put that ball now into the hands of Macklemore. Macklemore puts that one into the hands of Jared Harper. You want to get it to that is Bryce Brown. Back to Harper. You want to get it to number 2, Bryce Brown. 4 for 7 from 3-point range. Harper going to the lane and laying it up and then to tie this thing up at 60. 38 seconds remaining. Oh, the speed by Jared Harper right there. We're 60 even. 30 seconds left. Kentucky with the ball. What a game. Kentucky now dribbling left side baseline underneath the hoop. No good. Battle for the rebound. There's a bunch of jerseys there. Kentucky does get it. Reed Travis trying to go inside. Keldon Johnson, no. Oh, the strip in the lane. Auburn with the ball with 10 seconds left. 9 seconds. Auburn takes it past the timeline with Bryce Brown. Left wing perimeter here. Brown dribbles top of the key. Passes. Open 3. Left wing. Here we are. Oh, they missed it. We're going to overtime. Horace Spencer had an open three-point shot at the left wing for Auburn. And he just banked it too strong at the backboard, and this one is going into OT. Oh my goodness, the chances were there for both of these teams. Kentucky got the offensive rebound right underneath the basket, and then Reed Travis tried to control the ball, and there were so many bodies there that Auburn came up with it. This is insane. We are going into overtime, guys. 60-60. Just like yesterday's game, Purdue against Virginia. Here we are once again with Auburn, Kentucky. Do not change the dial. Here we are, guys. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button down below if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel as well. So here we are. Heading into overtime, Bryce Brown is 24 points, leading the way for the Auburn Tigers. You got to give the ball more to this kid, Bryce Brown. He had a chance, but Kentucky, textbook defense right there. They knew that they were going to get the ball to him to shoot the game-winning three-point shot, so they double-teamed him. That led to an open man at the left wing perimeter. They had the open look for the three-point shot, but they couldn't hit that three-pointer from the outside, and that's what forced overtime. Both of these teams with crucial chances, but they just couldn't hit the shots within the last 30 seconds of this game. So 24 points by Bryce Brown, 14 by Jared Harper. Jared Harper had that game-tying layup that he took that one past the entire Kentucky defense in the lane, to bank that one home, laid it up and in with his right hand. For Kentucky, the leading scorer right now, P.J. Washington with 24, and then there's Keldon Johnson with 12. Both of those players with double-doubles in this game. 24 points, 11 rebounds by P.J., 12 points, 10 rebounds by Keldon Johnson. Yeah, they had that open look by Auburn for the three-point shot. They just couldn't nail it down. Knew it when he left his hands that it would be off the iron and wide right there. So here we are, guys. 5-minute overtime session at 60 apiece to determine the winner to advance to the Final Four. So we're at the half-court circle here for the jump ball. And that ball goes to Auburn here on the tip-off. So Auburn controls the tip first. 4:55 left to go in OT. Auburn takes it past the timeline with Jared Harper. Trying to go into the lane. Harper floats up the shot. No good. No foul called on the play. Harper went down hard to the ground. He did get back up, though. Kentucky with a rebound here. They take it past the timeline with Ashton Hagans. Left wing three-point perimeter. Hagans dribbling. 4:35 left to go in OT. Hagans still dribbling a lot. Won't pass it off. He does finally pass it to Reed Travis. Top of the key, Travis. And we got a foul called on the play with 4.5 even left to go. Auburn committed a foul, so that means Kentucky will go to the free throw line again for the 1-and-1. So the score is tied up at 60. Only 5 fouls committed by Kentucky in the second half. 9 fouls committed by a team by Auburn in the second half. Horace Spencer was the guilty party right there. He just fouled out, so number 0 just picked up his 5th foul, so now he has to watch from the bench for this entire game. That means Kentucky will go to the free throw line here to shoot 2 shots. They are in the bonus. This is P.J. Washington at the free throw line in the 1-and-1 for Kentucky. No good. Rebounded by Auburn. These free throw shots here are killing Kentucky. So Auburn got the rebound. 2 points in the last 5 minutes, 20 seconds for Auburn. But they are still in this game. So they have the ball. They get it past the timeline with Jared Harper. The free throws are killing Kentucky. They're 10 for 17 right now from the free throw line. Auburn lays it up and in right there. Jared Harper with 16, 62-60. Auburn up by 2. Kentucky with the ball now. They pass it past the timeline. Under 4 left to play in OT. 3:55 left to go. Kentucky with the ball. Right wing, Tyler Hero. Hero now passes it off. Stolen away. Bryce Brown with a steal. 1-on-1. Can he finish to the hoop? Brown with the ball dribbling, and he was fouled with 3:45 left to go. What a steal right there by Bryce Brown. He had a 1-on-1 to try to beat a Kentucky player to the hoop right there. So that was only the 6th foul committed by Kentucky in this half, so no free throw line just yet for Auburn. But the undercut right there to the hoop, and they lay it up and in by the Tigers. Oh my goodness, 3:38 left to go. Auburn with a 64-60 lead. 3:38 left to go. Timeout called by John Calipari. What a nice backdoor cut on the inbound by Auburn, and they banked that one home off the glass. Let's see here on the replay. Jared Harper going behind number 2, Ashton Hagans of Kentucky, getting into the lane and banking that one home right off the window to put 2 more points on the board for Auburn. Calipari called a timeout. Going to talk some things over for Kentucky, but Auburn trying to go to their first ever Final Four. Looking at the foul trouble here, Malik Dunbar, 4 fouls committed for the Tigers. 3 fouls by Pierre Foy, 3 by McLemore. For Kentucky, the foul trouble looks like this. 3 fouls committed by Tyler Hero, 3 by Reed Travis. Here we are, guys. 3:38 left to go in OT. Kentucky will get the ball back in the inbound after this timeout has resumed with John Calipari. As we look to the timeouts, Kentucky has 2 more timeouts left in overtime. Auburn with 2 more timeouts. Make sure to bang those like buttons down below, guys. Subscribe to my channel as well if you like as well. We just hit the 100+ subscriber mark on Friday night with Virginia Tech against Duke. Here we are with one hell of a game in OT with Kentucky and Auburn. 64-60. Kentucky will get the inbound pass. They are down by 4. We have 3:38 remaining in OT. They put that ball into the hands of Ashton Hagans. Here we are back to action. Kentucky with the ball. Hagans takes a pass. The March Madness logo. Passes left wing of the 3-point perimeter. Keldon Johnson passes top of the key to P.J. Washington. Lob pass over the top. Jumper Tyler Hero. No good. Rebounded by Auburn. 3:20 left to go. Huge rebound right there by Jared Harper. Harper takes a pass the timeline here for the Tigers. They are up by 4 with 3:10 left to go in OT. Auburn with a 4-point lead, 64-60. They have the ball. Jared Harper dribbling, passes, left corner perimeter, fakes the shot, back to Harper. Deep 3, top of the key. Jared Harper, no good. Rebounded by Kentucky. Kentucky now with a pass up the court here into the hands of Ashton Hagans. Right wing perimeter. Hagans puts it into the hands of Tyler Hero. What is up, Ryan Johnson? Close game here with both of these teams. Top of the key with the ball for Hagans. This one is in OT. 2:40 remaining. Kentucky with the ball. They're trying to maneuver inside. Jumper banks it home off the glass by the point guard, Ashton Hagans. Going to update you guys with a chat here with a score. 2-point game. 64 Auburn, 62 Kentucky. We have 2:20 left to go in OT. What a game with both of these teams. Auburn with the ball. They take it past the timeline. They pass it top of the key here with Purifoy. Back into the hands of Jared Harper. Jared Harper right now for Auburn. Having a great game. Bryce Brown with an even better one. Harper fed that ball inside. It goes. Rolls around the ring of the rim and it goes in. 66 Auburn. 62 Kentucky. That was a huge shot right there. And thank you to the rim if you're an Auburn fan for that one. Stolen away by Auburn. Open net. They lay it up and in. This one is getting out of control. 68-62. 3 ball. No good from the outside by Kentucky. They get the offensive rebound. Trying to make their way inside underneath the basket. And they get fouled. They'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Here we are, guys. 68-62. Bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well. Auburn with their largest lead of the game off the steal. And they put it into the net. Banked it home off the glass by Anthony McLemore. Kentucky down by 6. They'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2 with 1:37 left to go. I'm going to update you guys here with a chat with a score. Auburn 68, Kentucky 62. Make sure to hit those like buttons, guys, down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well, as I call play-by-play of March Madness games. P.J. Washington, number 25 at the free throw line. He's the leading scorer for the Wildcats right now with 24 points. So here we are at the free throw line with P.J. Washington of Kentucky. First shot at the free throw line with 1:37 left to go in OT. Knocks that one down. 68-63 is the score. Kentucky's free throw shooting has been a problem today. 56% from the free throw line. They are 11 for 19. What a game here between both of these teams. It's the free throw shooting that's been the problem for Kentucky today, as Russell Johnson thinks Kentucky needs to break out the flubber shoes in this one. This has come down to free throws. Auburn shooting the ball 74% at the free throw line. Kentucky 58%. Three-point shooting as well. Auburn 7 3-pointers converted on. Kentucky only 4. So here we are, 5-point game. Kentucky will have a second chance here at the free throw line. If you're new to my channel, make sure to hit that like button, guys. Down below, subscribe as well to Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. 1:37 left to go in OT, and back to the free throw line for PJ Washington. He goes for a second one. Just knocked down his first one. Just to note, Bryce Brown's the leading scorer for Auburn right now, 25 points. He missed it. Front part of the iron, rebounded by Auburn. 5-point lead by the Tigers. And they got the ball off the rebound, off the missed free throw. That's going to kill Kentucky, missing these free throw shots. Jared Harper takes it past the timeline for the Tigers. Minute and 20 left to go, 68-63. 5-point lead for Auburn. Harper with the ball, 1:15 left to go. Dribbling right at the March Madness logo. Now he's trying to take it inside. In the lane, Harper puts it, and he gets it to go. 70-63, Auburn with a lead. Jared Harper with it. Kentucky going the distance, laying it up and in by Higgins. He got fouled as well. Go to the line for the and one. What a game, guys. 1:01 left to go in OT. Kentucky will go to the free throw line with Ashton Higgins. Jared Harper going the distance, laying it up and into the lane. Ashton Higgins doing the same. Bang those like buttons, guys, if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel as well if you're new, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Join me in for my next stream after this. Duke going up against Michigan State. 1:01 left to go in OT. Kentucky at the free throw line, and they knocked that down. 70-66 right now. 4-point game, guys. Auburn will get the inbound pass. They have a 4-point lead, as this is D'Angelo Purifoy who puts that ball into the hands of Jared Harper. Back to Harper here. Harper takes it past the timeline for Auburn. He gets bumped. He gets fouled, and Jared Harper will shoot 2 here at the free throw line for, or shoot 1 at the free throw line for Auburn. He's in the bonus right now. So Kentucky just picked up their 7th foul as a team. So that means a 1-and-1 at the free throw line for Auburn. He'll be with Jared Harper, the best free throw shooter on the Auburn squad, shooting the ball at 82% at the free throw line this season. So we are under a minute left to go in OT. Bang those like buttons, guys. Let's get this to 10+ likes on my channel. Let's get this to 110 subs as well, as I just started live streaming 2 months ago. Auburn at the free throw line. They are up 70-66. This is Jared Harper shooting, and he'll go back again to shoot his second one. Knock down the first. 71-66. Auburn is up after the Harper make right there. 55.3 seconds left to go. Auburn will have another shot at the free throw line with Jared Harper. It's been down the free throws, and that's where Auburn has been able to excel, and that's where Kentucky has struggled. Second shot knocks that one down as well. 72 Auburn, 66 Kentucky. 6-point lead by the Tigers. Kentucky with the ball here. Burst of speed inside. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Auburn. And a foul call with 48.4 seconds left. Auburn will be shooting in the bonus again at the free throw line. Chuma Okeke loves this. 72-66 right now. Let me know, guys, down in the chat who you guys like in this one. Auburn or Kentucky, who you're rooting for in the chat right here. 48.4 seconds remaining. Auburn going to the free throw line. Make sure to bang those like buttons as well. Let's get this to 10+ likes. They missed it, though. They missed the free throw in the bonus. Rebounded by Kentucky here. Kentucky with the ball at the free throw circle. Floats it back to Tyler Hero. Too much time on the clock. Dribbling still. 35 seconds. They need to take it inside. They lay it up and in right there, as that was Keldon Johnson who laid it up and in. 33.7 seconds left to go. 4-point game. Auburn will get the ball. Timeout called by Calipari. What a game here with both of these teams. So 72-68 right now. Make sure to bang those like buttons. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. 33.7 seconds remaining in OT. We'll be back after the timeout with this game, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, doing Michigan State against Duke on my next stream, but had extra time here because we went into overtime. This is great right now. Great game so far in this one. Auburn had a chance to win it with an open three-point shot with a second remaining, but they missed it. But here we go, guys. So if Auburn fouls again, commits another foul, that means Kentucky will be shooting in the double bonus. If Kentucky commits a foul, it will be their 9th. So that'll mean Auburn will shoot in the 1-and-1 still. So here we are, 33.7 seconds remaining as Russell Johnson is waiting for the Auburn victory here. Auburn fan in the chat as he is biting his fingernails right now. Will they make it to their first ever Final Four? To impress Charles Barkley, what will Auburn do? They have the 4-point lead. They are 33 seconds away from making their first ever Final Four. The winner of this one will take on the #1 seed Virginia. I'll have that stream for you guys next Saturday. Here we are, guys, getting ready to go back to action. Auburn with the inbound. They put it into the hands of Harper. Double team trap set up in the corner of the court, and a wise timeout called right there. Or no, foul committed by Kentucky. So no timeout called by Bruce Pearl. That was so somebody just CBS just upped the foul count, and they just charged Auburn with a timeout too. So it looks like the refs are going to have to sort that out on the reviewing stand, what happened. So I guess Bruce Pearl might have called a timeout there. I thought Kentucky got, at first it looked like but yeah, I'm going to update you guys here with a score in the chat. 32 seconds remaining in OT. 72-68 the score. Bang those like buttons, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you're new as well, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I call play-by-play a college basketball game. So the last play, Auburn with an inbound pass. They put it into the hands of Jared Harper. We're on a timeout right now in this game. We're going to get back to action momentarily. The refs said a timeout called by Bruce Pearl, Auburn. So they have one timeout remaining in OT for Auburn. That was the call. So they put the Kentucky fouls back to 8. So no foul committed by Kentucky on the double team trap. So Auburn will get the inbound once again. 32.1 seconds remaining. The Tigers are up by 4. Kentucky needs to foul. Make sure to hit those like buttons if you haven't done so already. Get me over 10 plus likes on this video. That would be absolutely awesome if you guys could do that. Also get me over the 105 plus subscriber mark, as well, as I just got over 100 on Friday. I've been streaming for only 2 months now, calling play-by-play. Auburn with the ball. They get it into open space. They're not following. Jared Harper gets around the entire Kentucky team, and he's dribbling, still dribbling, and a foul committed with 24.9 seconds remaining. That was too much time for Kentucky to finally foul to take off the clock right there. So 24.9 seconds left. Auburn and Jared Harper will go to the free throw line to shoot shots. 72-68 is the score. Auburn has the 4-point lead. Here we are at the free throw line with the best free throw shooter in the Auburn team, Jared Harper. An 82% free throw shooter. Knocks that one down. Basically automatic. This game has come to free throws today. Auburn has the 73-68 lead because they've been able to hit shots at the free throw line. They are 14 for 19 at the free throw line today. Kentucky is only 12 for 21. Second shot here at the free throw line by Jared Harper of Auburn. And he's automatic, guys. Hits that one as well. 74-68. Auburn with a 6-point lead. Kentucky will have 24.9 seconds remaining. Jared Harper for Auburn has 23 points at the moment. Kentucky with the ball. Right wing perimeter. Tyler Hero passes. Top of the key 3. Oh, he knocks it down with P.J. Washington with a huge 3-point shot right there in transition. Timeout called on the court. 74-71 the score. That was a huge 3-point shot by Kentucky to get back in this one. 16.6 seconds left. CBS is going to a commercial break. Hit those like buttons, guys, down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. I do play-by-play of college basketball games. I'll be doing the next game after this. Michigan State going up against Duke. And then After that, I'll be doing both of the Final Four games. Whoever advances this will play Virginia next Saturday, and also the national championship game on Monday, April 8th. So yeah, CBS just keeps on taking commercial breaks. So guys, right now we're on a commercial break. When we do get back to action, Auburn will get the ball off the inbound with 16.6 seconds left, and they have a 3-point lead, 74-71. So the score just updated. Actually, Bryce Brown and Jared Harper both have 24 points at the moment for Auburn. So he did have 23, and then that just updated to 24. So Jared Harper with 24, Bryce Brown with 24 for Auburn. So both of those players, Brown and Harper, have scored 48 out of the 74 points right now for the Tigers. For Kentucky, he just hit a 3-point shot, keeping his team in the game. That is P.J. Washington. He's the leading scorer right now for the Wildcats. He has 28 points, leading the way for Kentucky. Keldon Johnson with 14. Both of those players in double-doubles. P.J. Washington, 28 points, 13 rebounds. Keldon Johnson, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Here we go, guys. Let me know in the chat who you're rooting for. Auburn will get the ball here back on the inbound with 16.6 seconds left. Kentucky needs a foul a lot quicker. They do. They pass it off, and the foul is committed with 16.1 seconds left. So Auburn will shoot in the double bonus here at the free throw line with number 10. That is Samir Dowdy, also a really good free throw shooter at 81%. So 1% behind Jared Harper, who's basically been automatic today at the free throw line. Jared Harper is a perfect 9 for 9 today at the free throw line for Auburn. So here we are at the free throw line with Samir Dowdy. Missed the first one, but he's in the double bonus, so no rebound just yet. So the first shot by Auburn was missed. Samir Dowdy for Auburn will have a second opportunity here at the free throw line since he's in the double bonus. Just missed the first one. Let's see if he can make the second one. Hey, knocks that one down right now. 75-71 Auburn with a lead. Kentucky with an inbound. They take it past the timeline quickly. Higgins hands that one off. They try to work inside. They float up the shot. Big block by Auburn. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's an Auburn ball. Huge block right there by Anthony McLemore, number 24. Oh, goodness. Yeah, this is not... Yeah, Jared Harper's on the court right now. Hopefully everything's okay with him, but what a huge block by McLemore of Auburn as Kentucky tried to float that ball up there in the key and couldn't get it. 9.1 seconds remaining. I believe Auburn will have the ball here back in the inbound. Let's see what the refs will say. Jared Harper hit the hardwood down. Oh, geez, he got laid out there by Keldon Johnson on the last play. He got absolutely laid out on that play. Jared Harper was able to get back up on his feet, though, so that is good. That's a good sign for Auburn. And here he is at the free throw line. A perfect 9 for 9 today by Jared Harper. He'll be shooting in the double bonus here. First shot, knocks it down. Might have just iced this game up right there. 76 Auburn, 71 Kentucky with 9 seconds left. Jared Harper at the free throw line to shoot another one. Bang those like buttons, guys, down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well, as I call play-by-play and March Madness games. Jared Harper, a perfect 10 for 10 at the free throw line today with 25 points. Second shot here by Harper. And he's automatic. 11 for 11 today. 77-71. Auburn with a 6-point lead. Kentucky with the ball with 9 seconds remaining. They need to get off the shot. They pass it. Top of the key. 3 by Kentucky. No good. It's the front part of the iron. Harper with a rebound. And that is the ball game. Auburn to their first ever Final Four. As a 5 seed stuns the 2 seed Kentucky. Kentucky trying to go for the sweep. No. The first win of the season for Auburn against Kentucky, and it comes in the Elite Eight. What a game here for the Tigers and Charles Barkley squad. They beat North Carolina in the Sweet 16. They beat Kansas in the round of 32. They beat 3 of the elite programs in a row. Then they get Virginia next, and possibly either Duke or Michigan State or Texas Tech in the final if they make it there. What a win by the Auburn Tigers, and what a performance by these 2 players. Jared Harper, 26 points. Bryce Brown with 24. Before you go, bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe as well to my channel as I call play-by-play of college basketball games. So I'll be having the stream next week for you guys, next Saturday. Auburn once again for you guys. They'll take on Virginia. That should be a great game. Both of those teams with both of these teams orange and blue, so that should be a great game with those two squads. Wow. Without Chuma Okeke, Auburn still finds a way to win. Bruce Pearl's squad prevails. They win it 77-71. What a game here. A perfect 11 for 11 at the free throw line by Jared Harper seals the deal. It all came down to free throw shooting, and that's where Auburn prevailed. Shooting the ball 18 for 24 today at the free throw line, 75%. Kentucky, where they needed the free throws the most, they only shot 57%. They were 12 for 21 at the free throw line. So that is it, guys. Join me in for my next stream. It'll start around, I think, like a half an hour from now. It'll be Duke going up against Michigan State. So if you like college basketball, join me in there. Before you go, make sure to bang those like buttons down below. Subscribe if you're new to my channel as well. Let's keep this channel growing, guys. I'll be covering the rest of the March Madness games from here, the 2 Final Four games. So I'll be back for some more Auburn versus Virginia in the national championship game on Monday, April 8th. This has been a presentation of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Make sure to join me in if you like for Duke versus Michigan State coming up shortly.